Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only stream in the known universe dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. So if that is what you are, if that is what you are into, or if that is what you aspire to be, or you just want to hang out today in the stream with a bunch of other like-minded individuals, but you're not yet a subscriber on this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos or live streams, and fingers crossed when you do that, YouTube is going to serve that out to you. So how is everybody doing? I see the chat is filling up really fast, and okay, I got a little glitch here. Hold on here. Let me give some proper welcomes because there's a whole bunch of people in here. Tim Yance, how you doing? Scully's House of Thrillers, what is up? Josephine DeSmet, how are you doing? Jason James, Photo Finn, Matt Owls, Ghost Dog 54, The Kryptonian, Snowy Rains, Hybrid Steel. It says, I'll be in and out today making new channel art. Hybrid Steel, I see you're having a conflict with your graphics in the Discord. Just keep tweaking, man. That's part of the progress. You know, I'm sure everybody in here, you make your channel art, you make your thumbnails, and you come back a month later or 2 months later and you look at it and you go, you know what, I can do better than that. And then there you go again. And then you come back later and say, I can do better than that. If you're guilty of that, type a yes in the chat right now. If you just want to keep things, you just want to keep leveling up and making things better and better and better and better and better. Type in yes right now if that's you. MB Tristan, how's it going? Of course, Jason James, welcome, brother. Hope you're doing well. Eric Waite, Wall Breaker, Motivation Theory John, how are you doing, brother? Thank you for holding it down while I'm not in here. Midnight Madness 4x4, Little Heartling, how's it going? Station Gaming, RPM Nexus, what's up, brother? Hope you're streaming tonight. Yeah, guys, so listen, when I finish streaming, if you guys are into tech reviews and that sort of thing, follow over to RPM Nexus's channel. He's going to be live streaming a little bit later. Good tech channel. Flipped Classroom Tutorials, how's it going? All right, guys, so listen. Hey, Paul Peck Drywall, didn't see you sneak in here. So if you have a question, down in the description, I have a link to a form. Drop that question in the form. It's going to help me keep everything all neat and tidy because as you're going to see, the chat's going to get moving really fast and it's going to be difficult to actually catch those things. But I do keep my eye in the chat and I try to grab them as I can. But if you're like, hey, you're ignoring me and all you're doing is posting in the chat, then I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Flash in your pan, how's it going? The MAC says I already did it. RPM Nexus says, I will most definitely be going live after you, D. Happy early birthday. Right on. Passive Income University. How's it going? Just checking in to make sure no one's getting pregnant today. You never know. You never know what's going to happen when 1 or 2 Nimmins are involved in a live stream. Don Moody, how's it going? Hope you're doing well in Florida, my friend. Beanie Draws, how's it going? Dorothy YT. But listen, before I jump into anything, because I want to answer your mobile content creator, mobile YouTuber questions today, we might do some channel reviews. I haven't decided yet. Maybe you guys want me to pull up the channels. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But before I jump into any of that, I want to thank TubeBuddy for sponsoring today's show. If you don't know what TubeBuddy is, if you're living on another planet somewhere, TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin and app growth tool for YouTubers. Link in the description below. You can put that in. You can use it for free on your favorite browser, on your favorite browser as a plugin, or put it on your phone. You can upgrade to unlock more features. It can help you with putting your titles together, choosing the right keywords, and depending on the level that you're at, you can A/B test your thumbnails. And those of you who are on that level for A/B testing your thumbnails, you know how important that is. Again, link in the description down below for that. Eric Thurston coming in first with $1.99 says, appreciate you always bringing great value. Hey, I appreciate you always showing up and supporting the channel, supporting the community. You guys are awesome. Fire Scarf, how's it going? Rabbit Care, how's it going? Says, I hope you feel better, D. Thank you. I'm actually still hurting a little bit with my back. But you know, the show must go on, right? You got to keep going. I got stuff to do. I actually hated that I missed that first week when it went out, but you know, couldn't get out of bed. So what am I going to do? Mina Lord, how's it going? Isaiah Pranky Fitness, TubeBuddy Mobile is awesome. Yes, it is. I actually have it on all my phones, and yeah, why don't you have it on your phone? All Things Nell, how are you doing? Rotor Deal, how's it going? Okay, so Matt All says, wow, D, you don't look like you have any pain. I do have pain, but here's the thing. I only hurt if I'm sitting for a long period of time, or if I do, you know, if I bend a certain way, then it will catch in my back. But as I sit here right now, I'm good. New Level Auto. Wow, the super chats are rolling in. Here we go. Social Blade versus TubeBuddy pros and cons. Okay, so these are kind of different things. There's kind of apples and oranges. Social Blade, and by the way, are you talking about the app or are you talking about their browser plugin? New Level Auto, if you can specify that, then I can kind of give you a better answer on that. But it's two totally different tools. And moderators, if I miss, if they say if they're on a, if they're using the app or the plugin, let me know. Flash in your pan says to help with coffee and M&Ms, just do what you do. Thank you, brother. Love it. Let me see if they answered that. Lords just woke up. Hey, Darren Booth, how you doing? Okay, so since they haven't actually replied yet or I'm overlooking it, I'm going to go ahead and answer this question. Okay, so what you have is you have two different tools. Social Blade is great for keeping track of your subscribers and your view count, and it can give you projections of where they think your channel is going to be in the future based on the data that they're collecting. TubeBuddy, on the other hand, TubeBuddy does everything. TubeBuddy helps you choose the right titles. It helps you choose the right keywords. It can help you A/B test your thumbnails. It can give you data to let you know which one of your videos is more popular than the other and why. You can really dig in and deep dive into your data on that. But I don't know if you're using it on the phone or not. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. But if you're just using TubeBuddy on the app and you want to compare it against Social Blade in terms of keeping track of your numbers, I look at Social Blade when I want to see my overall growth for the month. I want to keep track of all my view count, all my views for the day. Okay, how did I do today? How am I doing this week? I'll use TubeBuddy on my phone to keep track of the videos as a whole. Like for example, let's log in here. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull it up here. Let's see what's going on. All right, so if I'm on TubeBuddy on my phone, I use it for a couple things, but in terms of keeping track of my numbers, I'll just keep track of the actual view counts and comments, likes, dislikes, that sort of thing in terms of keeping, whoa, look at that. I'm almost at 21,000. Didn't even notice that. Right? But you can also, you can make it has a comment planner, it has a content planner in there. It has canned responses so that you can preload comments if you find yourself, replying to the exact same comments over and over and over and over. For example, a lot of the things that I do is tutorial based, and people will say, well, what about X? What about Y, Z? And I find myself typing the exact same thing over and over and over. So what I do is I can go into TubeBuddy, add a canned response. I can preload the reply so then I can just go in and hit that, and it just keeps showing up. So I don't have to actually type it in each time. It will also help you find the right keywords and so on and so forth. Social Blade doesn't do any of that. Hope that answers your question. Costume CO. Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope your live stream went well last night. I didn't get to catch it. Bryce's World, how's it going? Yeah, 4 more subs. Yeah, what's up with that? Not even paying attention. Look at this. 5. Oh, 8. Look at that. Oh, 3 more. Guys, let's hit a milestone. Let's do this. I actually wasn't even paying attention to this. So, yeah, 2 more. Let's do this. Let's do this. Maybe, I'm just going to leave this up, and somebody will join here soon. So I'm gonna leave this up. We're gonna hit this milestone together, and yeah, how cool is that? We get the little group milestone going on. Hit the 21K, and somebody just left. So see ya. Get on out of here. Hey, Walter Zero, what's going on? It says those numbers are epic. Yeah, I'm happy with the numbers. I'm doing everything I can to upload content that people want to see. I'm trying to upload consistently. Oh, look at this, 999. We got 1 left. We're gonna hit this milestone right here. This is going to happen right here. Oh, here, it's going to happen. It's going. You know what? So in case you don't know, if you just tap on your live subscriber count, oh, we lost one. Every time you tap on the live subscriber count, it will actually refresh. So like, you don't have to actually pull this down in order to get it to refresh. You can just tap on the live subscriber count. Boom. Look at that. Whoa! Here, I'm gonna do my best Home Alone face, and somebody. Oh, right, you guys are just messing with me now. I usually don't have this much up and down going on, but I hit it and then we lost it for a second. So some of y'all out there playing around with me, be cool, man. I don't know what's going on with you guys. I hit it for a second. Oh, there we go. Some of you guys are playing. Hey, congratulations! Yeah, they're playing with me now. That's all good, man, because. You can, a lot of people have multiple accounts and they'll come in and they'll, okay, ready? Screenshot that one. My best, Collie, what's his name? Macaulay Culkin? Is that his face? Thank you so much. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, and the haters are going to play with this and whatever, that's all right, because I'll blow past this. In 2 weeks' time, I'll be at 22,000. So yeah, thank you guys for the unbelievable support. You guys have been absolutely amazing. The mic is in front of your mouth. Man, really? Did I drop the ball on that? Okay, here we're ready. There we go. Now the mic is not mic is not in front of the mouth. Professor Nez is in the house. What is going on, brother? We just hit a milestone, a live milestone. How cool is that? Okay, Vioxy Game says, what is YT Tracker? Okay, YT Tracker is it's an app for iOS users only, so for tablets and iPhones, and it helps you keep track of your watch time, and it helps you keep track of your subscriber count. And they have some new features that they just added, and I actually need to make an updated video on this. But where this really shines is if you have an iPhone, if you have a tablet, and you're just getting started on YouTube, and you want to meet, you have to get your 1,000 subscribers, you have to get your 4,000 hours of watch time. It actually helps keep track of all that. Do I have it? Actually, I don't have it. I don't have it actually activated on this phone. I don't think. Let me double check really quick. I have it in, but I don't think I've got it. Ooh, I do. Okay, so all them subs. Zaggy DK, how's it going? Professor Nez. Okay, Dorothy YT says, hey, what's MobiZen? MobiZen is a screen recorder. And the way MobiZen works is you have all kinds of settings inside of MobiZen. So you can tell it the quality that you want to record, the bit rate you want to record, and it will do a screen recording of whatever shows up on your screen. Basically, you start it, and it records everything on your screen until you stop it. And depending on what phone that you have, that doesn't necessarily mean audio. Some phones, it means audio. For Android, they kind of have a problem with that. The way that works is it plays the audio out of the speaker, and then they record the audio back into the mic. It's not perfect, but if you have a Samsung or an LG device, they have their own version of MobiZen that gives you full audio controls. Exploring with the Nug, what is going on? All right, I'm going to jump into the form. I want to get right in this. I don't want to be... Wow, and there's actually not many questions. So if you haven't asked a question yet, in the description below, there is a link. Go drop it in there. Okay. First question, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name correctly probably. It's called Braulo's Lobo Show. First person to ask a question. He says, should thumbnails always have a matching element? My CTR is really low, which is click-through rate. My CTR is really low, and I'm not sure what can I do to make my thumbs better. All right, well, let's get you pulled up. How about that? Let's pull you up and take a look at your thumbs and see what is going on. Let me pull up YouTube here. Get your channel pulled up. Boom. Okay. I hope this is the right channel. Braulo's Lobo Show. Okay, the first thing I want to tell you is that your channel art is actually getting cut off up here on the top. I'm going to guess you may have made this on an Android. And you know what? Let me see if I can do this. 1 second here. Boom. Okay. So you can see here the difference between an Android device, and I'm just going to refresh. So the Android device is on the right. The iPhone is on the left. You can see the icons there. The iPhone using the YouTube app crops the channel banner a little bit differently, and it crops it a little bit differently based on the iPhone that you're using. So what I would do is I would go in and I would just kind of move everything down a little bit, squish it all in just a little bit to get it to fit in there. Move on it down to your thumbnails. Your thumbnails don't have to have an element that repeats across every thumbnail. However, it can be very helpful. The reason that can be helpful is it can help people identify that the content is yours. Now, if you're putting yourself in all of the thumbnails, that's the identifying mark, right? It's you in every single thumbnail. If you have a situation where you're not using yourself in every thumbnail, you might want to think about a certain look or a certain style or a font choice or something in one of the corners, a little logo or a little triangle or something like that. Excuse me, that will make these thumbs uniquely yours. Now, in terms of your low CTR and how to make them better, I don't think these are bad, but what I would recommend, if you're not getting a good click-through rate on these, what I would recommend you do is go through all of your videos and find the ones that have the highest CTR, whatever it is. You know, if most of them are on the lower scale, if you have any of them that are a little bit higher, try to copy that style and make another video and see if you can replicate that success. If you can, keep working on it. If you can't, well, it could be topic based, and that happens too. But, you know, just try tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. A lot of this stuff, I'm totally honest with you, is it's trial and error when it comes time to getting your thumbnails together and stuff like that. It's like you have in your mind what you think is going to work, and then you put it up online, and sometimes people don't respond the way you think they're going to respond. And the same thing applies for your video with your watch time. You make the best video that you've ever made. You can't wait to get it online, and you think it's going to just be an absolute slayer. And then you go look at your audience retention, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days later, and it's like, you know, 25, 30%. And you're like, well, I did the best that I could do. But what happens is the audience just simply isn't responding the way you want them to for whatever reason. There's a bunch of different reasons, but they didn't respond. Same thing with your thumbnails. You can make the best one that you can make, but that doesn't mean that it's going to actually perform. Oh, and I'm just like, hold on here. I'm playing your videos. So make some changes, make some tweaks, upload it, keep an eye on it, see if it increases. If it goes down the other way, make some more tweaks. And that's really what it is. I mean, you just got to keep chipping away at it, chipping away. Look at it like a piece of clay, and you just have to keep molding it and molding it and molding it and molding it until you get to the point where you start to see results. And then you start to, you know, build off of those results. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you that's going to like make your thumbnails get a higher CTR. I think your thumbnails look all right, but if they're not performing, and just so you guys know, when you look at your CTR, YouTube says that the average CTR on YouTube is between 2% and 10%. So if you're getting under 2% CTR, that means for most channels, you're getting below average. If you're going over 10%, that's above average. If you're between 2 and 10%, you're falling in their sweet spot, and that's fine. You can run with that, or you can try to, you know, make it even higher. All right, before I move on to the next question, I'm going to jump into the chat because I just see some more super chats coming in. Chalupa, thank you, man. It says, is there any place where I can self-promote without seeming like a scumbag? I want people to see my content so I don't feel like my time is wasted. Okay, Chalupa, that's a fantastic question. And we all, hey, entertainer, we all kind of go through the same thing. Here's what you have to do. When you join a community, when you become part of a community, that could be a Facebook group, that could be Reddit. And if you're on Reddit, you know Reddit can be the best place on the internet. It can be the worst place on the internet. They can turn on you. What you don't want to do, you don't want to go in there and just say, look at my videos, look at my videos, look at my videos, look at my videos. You don't want to be on Twitter, look at my videos, look at my videos. What you want to do is go in there and actually be part of the community. Yeah, Hybrid says it right there. Hybrid says be part of the community. Don't spam your links and just don't mention you. Hold on one second here. Moderators, we're going to take it very easy on the people today. Just like we talked about before, for the things to look at. For if they're asking for reviews, that's fine. Let them go. So let's take Reddit, for example. You don't want to join a subreddit and come in there and just spam. Look at my video, look at my video, look at my video. They're going to think you're a scumbag. So, right? Nobody's going to pay attention to that. What you want to do is come in there, talk to people, reply to people, become part of that community, share other people's videos when it's relevant. If somebody's looking for something, don't just run and grab your video. Go find somebody else's video. Find a good video and share somebody else's video. So what happens is you kind of become a history of somebody who's helpful and not a scumbag. A scumbag is going to come in and just hammer them with your content, and nobody wants that stuff. But if you're helpful, if you're sharing other people's content, and then occasionally just come in and share your content, that's going to be okay. Same thing applies for Facebook groups and everything else. If you're on Twitter, you know, Twitter is great for building community, for social interaction, but a lot of people, unfortunately, just the only thing they ever post is, here's my new video, here's my new video, here's my new video. That doesn't work. You have to engage in the community. And for those of you who are engaged in community, you know, I know Professor Nez is in here. I know Hybrid Steel, Costume CO, John. If you guys are part of a community and you agree with what I'm saying, just type in yes right now. Back me up. Let me know. Let them know how important it is to just be cool. Just be, you know, you're hanging out with friends, right? You don't just go up to all your friends and the first thing you say is, hey, look at my video. Hey, look at my video. No, you're cool. Hey, man, what are you doing? How was your weekend? Hey, you want to get some coffee? You want to watch the game, right? You hang out with friends. Want to play a game? You hang out. You get to talk to each other. Oh, hey. And when it comes up, when the opportunity arises, yeah, I am still doing YouTube. Check out my video. Same thing applies online. You know, it's just social skills. But if you just come in guns a-blazing, and all you're doing is sharing your content, yeah, people are absolutely going to think you're a scumbag. Self-included. Barrelo's Lobo Show, thank you for answering my question. Hey, dude, thank you for being first in line. Like I said, man, I think they look all right. I think you just need to, go in there and just keep tweaking, keep tweaking. Unfortunately, I can't say do A and it's going to fix everything, or do this. It's just going to take a lot of tweaking, because what works for my audience doesn't necessarily work for your audience. I don't know what your demographics are, right? So you got to think about that stuff too. And actually, that's another thing. Look at your demographics. Look at the age range of the people that are watching. Look at the countries they're watching from. I mean, there's certain, like, for example, in Asia, I know there's certain colors that you can use for certain Asian countries that they can find offensive, right? So just keep all that stuff in mind when you're building that stuff. Hey, Leron, how's it going? Leron says that don't be that guy at the girl. Yeah, don't be that guy or girl at the party. Absolutely, man. Spot on. Nobody wants to be that guy or that girl. Hyper Shiva, how's it going? Did I see Patty come in here? Patty, where you at? I thought I saw Patty. Maybe I didn't. All right, so listen, if you did not share this out yet on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, go share this out right now. And while you're going to share it out, give this a thumbs up on the way out. It lets me know if you guys are digging what I'm doing in here, and then share it out. I'm actually going to hop into Twitter right now, and I'm going to thank some people. Let me get this updated right here. And by the way, who has an iPhone? If you got an iPhone, type in iPhone right now. And hey, Roger, expert plumber, how's it going, brother? You probably know this if you have an iPhone, but I'm going to show you this anyway, because I just think this is the coolest little thing ever. So the iPhone. Okay, so let's say you're on Twitter, or this works for almost all the apps. It doesn't work for all of them, but it works for almost all of them. And this is just a really simple thing. You probably already know it, but I'm going to share it just in case you don't, because I just found out about this not too long ago. So, you don't want to scroll, right? Say you're on Twitter and you want to go all the way to the top. You don't want to have to scroll. All you have to do, and it doesn't matter what iPhone you're on, just tap on the time. So if I'm going to tap on the top left-hand corner, 1123, I tap on that, and it automatically takes you to the top. That works on most apps. Hey, you real estate whisperer, how's it going? Starload, man, I did it again. Crypto cruising, how's it going? All right, let me come in here, see what's going on here. Bryce Miller, man, thank you so much for the share. Much appreciated, brother. Professor Nez, thank you for the share. Mike Van Doozy, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that right there. Mike Van Doozy, come in, drop in the picture. Right there, look at that. Thank you, brother, much appreciated. I'm actually going to retweet that because I love it. That almost matches my avatar. Little Heart, thank you. Oh, Little Heart's got it too. Yep, we're going to hit that one too. Sweeney Dunstan, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Absolutely, just amazing. Ghost Dog 54, and this just happened. Yep. Thank you. Eric Thurston Film Crew. Yep. You guys are amazing. Yeah, guys. Paul Peck Drywall, thank you for the share. David Snyder, thank you for the share. Roger, thank you so much for the share, brother. Much appreciated. Matt Alls, thank you. Sweeney Dunstan, Jay Scully. Look at that. You guys are awesome. Absolutely incredible. All right, I'm gonna be jumping in there back and forth for the entire duration of the chat. Thanking you guys for sharing the tweets, sharing this out, sharing the love. Much appreciated. But for the time being, I'm going back into the forum here, and I'm going to answer the next question. Let's see. Ooh, I forgot to tell people that I was going live on Twitter. Engaging your thrusters. Hold on. Hold on one second. Engaging your thrusters now and going live. I forgot to tweet this out. All right, the next question. Who's going to ask the next question? Yeah, and I still have plenty of questions available. There's only like 15 in there. So yeah, keep those coming. Link in the description below. This question comes from Motivation Theory. John, one of the moderators. Rocking an Android. Man, we got to get you off the Android, get you with the iPhone. He says, when I produce videos on my phone, the video is reversed. What is the easiest way to mitigate this so I can stop the why is your steering wheel on the wrong side comments? John, what I want you to do is send me a DM and tell me what you're actually using to record the video. Are you using an app or using the native recorder in the phone? And tell me what you're editing with. So if you give me that information, I can tell you how to work around it. Some apps and some phones have a feature you can switch that around. If not, you can just swap it in the editing app or editing software. But let me know, and I will go in and I'll figure that out for you. Okay, the next one is coming from Scar. Scar asks, how do you grow a music channel? That's actually a really good question. Hold on here. How do you grow a music channel? Hey, Deb's Life, how's it going? To grow a music channel, first and foremost, you need good music. You need good music. You need good thumbnails. You need decent titles that want people to, you know, hey, why should, you know, make it explanatory what type of music it is. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get the message out there. So like I was talking before about how to go in and become part of a community without being a scumbag, join every online music community group that you can find on Facebook, on Reddit, whatever you can find. Become part of that, share others people's music. When the opportunity comes, share your music. And it's like every other channel. It's just going to take time. It's going to take effort. Show up, do the work, be consistent, and you got to make great music. Is a Bobstar X in the house? Bobstar X is in the house. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Yeah, I think this is the real Bobstar X. All right, next question in the form. This one comes from Middle Earth Lore. Says, hey, D, how's it going? It's going fantastic. I just hit 21,000 subscribers live. I think this is the second milestone I hit with you guys live, so that's pretty rad. I have a lot of people in my family, and a lot of people stay over, and even when I go to the quietest spot in the house, it's still pretty loud. Should I invest in panels, even if it ends up being quite expensive? Okay, this is a good question. A lot of people see sound panels, like this foam is a sound panel. It's about 2 inches thick. And a lot of people think if there's a lot of noise happening around my environment, I can just put up panels everywhere and it's going to deaden the sound. That's not the case. There's a difference between sound absorption or sound deflection and actual sound proofing your room. So you kind of have 2 issues. Let's say you're recording in a room and you have a lot of echo happening in the room because when you're speaking, the waves are going to come out of your mouth and they're going to bounce off of flat surfaces. They're going to go off a desk. They're going to go off the walls. They're going to go off the ceiling, right? The audio waves are going to go out. They're going to bounce off and they're going to come back. That's where foam comes in handy. And the thicker the foam, the more it's going to help stop that bounce for the sound wave. And that doesn't sound like that's your problem. Your problem sounds like there's other people in your house and they're making noise and the noise is coming into your recording. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Eric Wade. That's an awesome one, and I'm actually gonna come back and mention that here in a second. I think you do voiceovers on your video. Correct me if I'm wrong. The closet is actually one of the best places to do voiceover work if you don't have any other place to do it in your room. What happens is, remember I talked about the foam just now. So all of the clothes that's in your closet, if you're doing voiceover work, correct me if I'm wrong, go in the closet, shut the door, take a little light in there, and all of the clothes in that tiny little space, it's going to deaden a lot of the sound, and it's going to dampen. All that clothes is going to act like a barrier that's going to be stopping outside waves from coming in as well. It's not going to be perfect, but it will help tremendously. Other things that you can do. And again, I don't know how thin your walls are. Like if you go into a room, like, okay, so the studio that we do Nimmin Live out of, we have an outside door over here. We have an outside window, and we have a door that goes into the hallway. You know, the weather stripping that you can get at a local hardware store like Home Depot. Every door and every window here, I basically sealed around all the edges, including the bottom with the little door stops as well. And the idea is if you can stop air from coming in or going out of your room, that will also stop a lot of audio coming in and out of your room. So look around your room and say, okay, where's the air coming in? Because wherever the air is coming in, you're having a lot of sound come in. Now, this isn't going to help you if you have like super thin, you know, crappy brick walls or something like that, and the sound is just coming through. But if it is coming from like the hallway or coming from outside or something like that, seal it up, stop the air, and that will reduce a lot of the audio coming in or going out. And you always have your also have your closet. Where did Eric's comment go? But the chat is moving fast. So Eric says, or regarding the music channel, and this is great. He says, music makers can also offer their music for free to movies and video makers to gain exposure. I have bought music that I first heard in commercials. That's a fantastic tip. Yeah, like, you know, put your stuff on SoundCloud, let people know that they can use it for attribution, right? Let them know if they link out to you, let them know it's yours. Creators will use your music. Creators are always looking for new music. They're looking for hot new artists. Hey, Adeep, how's it going? Eric says, I bought a Jen Wigmore album because I heard it in a Johnny Walker commercial. There you go. There you go. FameStar Gamer, how's it going? Hope you're having an awesome day or whatever. Leron says, directional mic will also work. Ooh, I just lost you here. Says directional mic will also work to reduce the noise around you. Yeah, that's another good tip. The type of microphone that you're using can make all the difference in the world. Some microphones will just pick, okay, for this mic right here works on picking up the sound that's in front of the microphone. If I walked behind, right, this is a dynamic mic. If I walk behind it, it's not actually going to pick up much sound behind or from the side. It's picking up this way. But if you have a mic, you know, an omnidirectional mic, that means it's picking up sound from all around the microphone. So as that sound's coming in from behind you, from the sides, it's also, you know, it's picking all of that stuff up. Yeah, good point, Leron. Yeah, right there. GhostDog54 says, I'm always looking for music to put on my stream. Hey, Glue Guns and Roses, how you doing? Yeah, so the creator, back to the music thing. The creators are out there. Not everybody has a budget to work with Epidemic Sound or one of the sources you have to pay for. So yeah, get your stuff out there. Let creators know they can use your music. Don't be afraid to put stuff out there for free. You know, you got to build a reputation for yourself. Put it out there. Let people use it. Now, that being said, do not be a scumbag. Do not come back at a later date and start dinging those people. Don't start, you know, for copyright issues. Like if you're going to let somebody use it, let somebody use it. Because if you start hitting those people, word's going to travel really fast not to use your music. All right, I'm going to go back into the forum here. Next question. What is the next question here? Okay, next question is from MBM. It says, I got restricted, or I got a restricted strike from streaming. I did nothing wrong. How should I get rid of it? Okay, so you need to appeal this decision, and they might reject your appeal. Give me 1 second, and I'll drop a link into the chat. 1 second here. All right, I'm going to drop a link into the chat right here. Yeah, so if that works, that should walk you through the process of what you need to do to actually appeal that. That doesn't mean you're going to win it, because in your eyes, you might be thinking, hey, all I did was I just played some music in the background. Well, they got you on that. You never know. So yeah, just appeal, and if they deny it, you can also reach out to, YouTube has people they call trusted flaggers. If you can track down a trusted flagger on Reddit, they can give it more. Like if they reject your appeal, track down, and you honestly think that you're in the right, track down a trusted flagger. They'll actually take a more realistic look at it. And if they say, hey, it's not going to happen, then you're kind of out of luck. You probably did something then. Yeah, Beanie says, YouTube can get you on 2 seconds of music. Absolutely. And Josephine, you are sneaking in the background. Hey, lights, camera, Kate. Absolutely love your name. The MAC says, anyone who does music, I will be happy to play it on my video and add your channel in the description. Right? There you go. Who wants free music for their channel? If you want free music in your channel, type in yes, free music. Or you know what? Just type in free music. Type in hashtag free music. So the music channel that we just answered the question on, these are all people who want free music. So hit them up, reach out to them, find them on social media, follow their channels, whatever, and offer them free music. And I'm going to guess, and I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to guess there's going to be a bunch of people. There you go. Look at that. Free, look, right? There you go. Boom. Who doesn't want free music? Who doesn't want free music? Everybody, look at this. Everybody wants free music. Free the music. There you go. Metal for Breakfast coming on in the air tonight. Metal for Breakfast, I hope you're doing well, brother. Metal Breakfast just came in for the free music. Oh, Lord. Metal for Breakfast, you know what? I should have set this up to call you so I could actually have you on the screen, and we could do like a TikTok duet where we can like sing back and forth for in the air tonight. Woo, yeah, the free music. So look at that. Still coming in. Yeah, I knew you guys would be into that. Who doesn't want free music, right? Who doesn't? I want free music. Everybody wants free music. All right, I'm going to go to the next question. Let's see here. This one comes from No Go Bishop. Let's see. I just reopened my channel and I have been uploading videos in the past week. Is uploading every day good for a small channel? And oh yeah, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, viewers. Okay, so if you just reopened your channel and you're uploading daily, I'm going to look to see, what are you doing here? What type of, okay, you're a gaming channel. So gaming is tough, right? It's not impossible, but it's tough. And I know we have a lot of gamers in here, and hashtag gamer if you're a gamer. Let it roll, guys. Represent. Here's the thing about gaming. Brute force uploading doesn't necessarily mean it's going to bring in more views or more subscribers. Uploading quality content, it's going to bring in more views and more subscribers. You also got to keep things in mind like your thumbnail and your titles. Just uploading brute force content, you know, once a day, 7 times a day, doesn't necessarily mean that's going to bring in views. Now, hold on, let me pull you back up. Is it good for a small channel? It depends. Are you going to be able to keep up with the schedule? Right? If you're not, if you're just doing like a temporary thing, is it good? It might be good temporarily. If your content is good, if your thumbnails are good, if your titles are good, and people are actually responding to your videos, like if you're putting up a video and you're like not getting any views on it, then no, it's not really good for you. I would say focus on quality, right? Spend some time, figure out what you can do to actually, you know, make your thumbnails look better and improve your titles. But if you're actually getting a decent amount of views, then I would say, yeah, it's working for you. If you're able to start building that momentum by uploading daily, then yeah, keep rolling with that. And as you can see, there's a bunch of gamers in here. Hey, Rabbit Care, how's it going? Janine Murray, hope you're well. Cheryl Kosh, how's it going? Cheryl says, I'm a planner. I'm in the planner community. Oh, right on. 1UP7 the mushroom. Yep. Hashtag gamer and free music. There you go. So Janine Murray says, I have no idea what to do. And I'm guessing you want to get started on YouTube, Janine. Tell me what it is. What don't you have? What are you on YouTube and you don't know what to do with your channel? Are you trying to think of what to get started on? Janine, what is it that you're doing here? Oh, okay. You're a gamer, Janine. Sorry, I didn't see it up here. Yeah, gamer. Again, gaming is tough. I know, as you see, there's a lot of gamers on here. Rabbit Care, I love watching you too. I love watching you. I love watching you type. I love watching you engage. I'm going to move on to the next question because they are actually coming in really fast. Next question. This one comes from Firescarf. Cool name, by the way. It says, how much does a thumbnail need to be eye-catching? Any tips I can do on my channel and on my channel banner? I'm not pulling anybody else up right now, but let's talk about your thumbnails. How much does a thumbnail need to be eye-catching? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10, right? Because whatever somebody searches for, right? Whatever your title is, when somebody searches or it gets suggested, it's getting suggested around a bunch of other thumbnails. So if your thumbnail doesn't grab their attention, and your title can have a lot to do with this too, but if your thumbnail doesn't catch their eye, you're probably not going to get the tap, you're not going to get the click. That doesn't mean it has to be. I've said in the past you need to be vibrant and all that stuff, but what I didn't say, that I should have said better is, yes, you want your thumbnails to pop, you want them to be vibrant, you want them to be super eye-catching, but what I do is, like, when I know what my title is for the video, I'll type that into YouTube and I'll see the results. I'll look at all the thumbnails. I'll look at the first page and I'll say, okay, these are all the people that are going to be competing right now for the same title, right? When somebody types something like this in, like, this is what's going to come up. So I'm going to look at all these thumbnails and I'm going to say, okay, well, this is what all the other people are doing with their thumbnails. So what can I do with my thumbnail color-wise to maybe stand out? So sometimes not being vibrant doesn't work out. If everybody's vibrant and everybody's super colorful and everybody kind of looks the same and you make a thumbnail that looks exactly like them, you might get glossed over. So you might want to think about doing the opposite. Like, if I had to go into a sea of thumbnails, hey, Topic Ruben, how's it going? Just passing by and say hello. Hola, brother. I hope you were doing well. Like, if I knew, okay, all these thumbnails look ridiculous, what can I do? I would probably go the opposite. I know El Jefe Tech Reviews, he's started to put all of his thumbnails in black and white. And that's been working for him. He's seen a little bit increase in CTR by kind of doing the opposite, because a lot of the tech channels, they're full color, they're vibrant, they've got the hue lights going on in the background, right? They all kind of have that same look. But he's like, you know what? I'm going black and white. So now he stands out in a sea of thumbnails that are colorful. He's the only black and white, or pretty close to the only one black and white. So the eyes might catch that. So for that, I would say, oh, great. Great, Ruben, man. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But it's very important. You have to catch their attention. If you don't catch their attention, you're not going to get the views. Plain and simple. Leron says, thumbnails are about making people stop and read your title over your competitors that come up in search. Right? Yeah, he nailed it right there. About making people stop. So think about this. You know, you're in YouTube, be it on your desktop or on your phone, and you're looking around YouTube, you're looking for the right thumbnail, or you're just looking for something. You don't know what you're looking for sometimes. Maybe you're searching for something. Maybe you're just bored scrolling through, but something grabs your attention, whatever that is. You want to be that person. Whatever that thing is, that thumbnail or that title, you want to be that. You want to be the person, like Leron says, that stops them in their tracks and says, yeah, I'm going to watch that. Click or tap. Hey, the early kit in. Good morning to you. Thanks for the mic suggestion. Vid after next will be using it. It sounds great. Did you get the Boya BYM one? The early kit in. I believe you did. The Countryside Outdoorsman, you are back. Says, can you please look at my thumbnails? If I remember last time, the Country Outdoorsman, we pulled you up and you changed your header, which looked great, but I think the orange was kind of like getting lost in the background. So I will get you pulled up. Give me just a second here. Please look at my thumbnails, I think you meant to say. Give me 1 second here. The Country Outdoorsman. Where did you go? The Country Outdoorsman. Where are you at? Outdoorsman. Man, I hate typing this stuff in on a phone. The Country Outdoorsman. Oh, it's the Country Outdoorsman. Countryside Outdoorsman. There you go. So if you're doing this on a desktop, I can just right click on the thumbs and it's going to pull the channel up. But doing it on my phone is, man, why can't I find you? The Countryside Outdoorsman. You didn't change your avatar, did you? The Countryside Outdoorsman. The Countryside. That's weird, man. I can't. All right, I'm going to come back and I'm going to look for you here in just a bit, but because I can't find you right now. Give me just a second. I'll try one more thing. Weird. The Countryside Outdoorsman. How weird. Yeah, I used to be able to find you, and now I can't find you, the Countryside Outdoorsman. I'm going to pull you up on the desktop, the Countryside Outdoorsman. Give me 1 second here. Go to channel. See if you've actually... No, you didn't change your... Man. All right, yeah, I want to pull you up because I like the change that you did with the channel banner. Give me just a second here. I have no idea why I can't find you on the phone. The Countryside Outdoorsman. Countryside Outdoorsman. How bizarre. Dude, I legit can't find you on my phone. I'm looking at your channel right now. I think your header looks fine, and I'll pull you up again if I'm going to keep fiddling with this here. But what you did with your channel banner actually looks good. New videos Tuesday and Thursday, 6 a.m. Fishing and hunting. The Countryside Outdoorsman. That's how it's done in the country. Simple. You got the orange background with the black. I know you guys can't see this right now, and I apologize, the Countryside Outdoorsman, for not being able to pull you up. But for some reason, I cannot find you on my phone. That's really weird. I've got you on the desktop, but I cannot get you on my phone, and I do apologize. I'll try to get you pulled up again so everybody can take a look at this, because you made a change, and I actually think it works. No idea why I can't find you. See here. Adeep. What does Adeep say? Adeep says, is there any space in today's live session for review? Would love to hear from my new channel art for 2019. Yes, Adeep, and hopefully I can find you because I just couldn't find the Countryside Outdoorsman. 1 second here. Adeep Turwa. There you are, Adeep. Oh, look at that. That's colorful. See, I found you. Okay, so Adeep, documenting good times of my life. I like it, man. I like it. It's colorful. Let me see. Yeah, I like it. What do you guys think about this? This is quite an upgrade. It's colorful, documenting good times of my life. You got pictures of your family up there. And by the way, Adeep, how did your wife do in the contest? I think she was in the beauty pageant. I hope she won, or is that still going? Hope she did well. Yeah, I like this. What do you guys think? Yeah, cool. Let's see. We got a yes. We got a yes or a no. What do you guys say? I dig it. I totally dig it. It's colorful. I like the additions you have there. Yeah, Costume CO, pretty good. Topic Ruben says, I like it. Mobile friendly. Yeah, Sweeney Dunson Gaming likes it. You've been Golf Crash likes it. Glue Guns and Roses says, I voted for her. She really loves the art. Yeah, so there you go, man. I think that's a win, Adeep. I like it. I think this is a big upgrade from the last thing you had up there. Expert Plumber loves it. Patman27 News likes it. Hey, Prodify Cycling, how's it going? He gives it a 10. Patty gives it a, where did Patty give it? Patty likes it. Yep, there you go. Good to go, brother. And I missed another super chat here. Another one from Flash in Your Pan. D, can you please give my friend Dire Gold Prospecting a channel review? Thanks, brother. Flash in Your Pan, yes, I can. I need to be able to find them. Can you go ahead and, is it called Dire Gold Prospecting? Give me 1 second here. Dire Gold Prospecting. Oh man, that came right up. Hope I got the right one. Okay, let's get them pulled up here. Flash in Japan, I hope this is the right one. Yeah, so Deep, man, they're still coming in. People like it. Good upgrade. Top Ruben says, thanks for your video about the cable adapter for different types of plugs. Saved my life. Right? Everybody learns the hard way on that. Right? So he's talking about the video that I did recently. Whoa, what just happened here? So I made a video recently about how to connect your microphone to your smartphone, because not all microphones are going to work automatically when you plug them in. You have to get a certain adapter, and I made a video about that. You can go find that on my channel. So Ruben, I'm glad you found value in that. All right, so this channel right here, Dire Gold Prospecting. Now, the channel name pretty much gives it away what's going on, and they have gold. There's gold. Who likes Austin Powers? You guys remember Goldmember? Remember Goldmember? I would like something in the channel banner, just something that says, I mean, they're prospecting, but like, how often do they upload? Where are they prospecting? You know, just maybe if they could add just a little bit of clarity to the channel banner. I mean, there's gold in there. The name kind of gives it away, but just a little bit of clarity would make me feel better about it. Again, it's not going to be like a deal breaker. As far as the actual profile picture, it looks like there's some sort of an axe pick in there, but it's really small and there's text underneath it. If they want to put a pickaxe in there, I would recommend zooming that in as much as humanly possible, because right now it's zoomed out. It's a little bit hard to see. I had to kind of like, with my old eyes, I had to lean in and see what it was. As far as the text underneath it, it's not necessary. It's too small. Coming in and look at the thumbnails. So it looks like they're just doing some... Are they actually making thumbnails, or are they letting YouTube choose the thumbnails for them? What I would recommend them doing, I mean, you're making your own custom thumbnails, Flash in Your Pan. I would reach out to them as your friend and say, hey, you know, let me show you some things that I do to make custom thumbnails. I think that's what they need. I would get them on some custom thumbnails or something in the thumbnails that can identify them as a gold channel. And then I would recommend that they focus a bit, because Dire Gold Prospecting, right out of the gate, right? Gold in the header, gold prospecting in the title, or for the channel name. Okay, first video there's fine. January prospecting and deer hunt. Yeah, okay, maybe. Then you're coming into mail call. So like if you're going to do a mail call, I would think about, you know, like people are not going to find that. So I would try to create titles that's going to help a little bit with search to help people actually find the content. You want to create titles that help people find your videos. Just mail call. That one's going to be tough. Third day of muzzleloader season. Doe down with the muzzleloader. Sunday Funday Gold. Ohio muzzleloader. Okay, so it looks like they're doing heavy on the muzzleloader stuff. If that's working for them, keep rolling. But what I have for them right now, Flash in Your Pan, clarity in the channel banner, and since you're friends with them, reach out to them, see what you can do to help them get their custom thumbnails together. And just a little bit of tweaking on the titles as well. And I need to change something here. I'll be right back in just... I just realized, so I'm running all of our cameras in here for this show and for Nimmin Live. We run them off of batteries because of the wonky electric in the building. And, whoa, what did I just do? Hold on here. Give me 1 second. Intro song's going to come down. So everything's running on batteries. And I just realized, because I had this timed, I know around an hour to an hour and 20, 30 minutes, I got to change the battery out on this particular camera. But I had the viewfinder open, which was going to drain the battery much faster. So this whole time, I've just been sitting here not paying attention, and I realized, oh, the viewfinder's open. That's going to burn through the, it's going to burn through the battery. The predictor says, hey, D, I hit 6,500 subscribers. Dude, that is absolutely awesome. Congratulations. High five and fist bump. Rabbit Care says also congratulations. Yeah, oops. Yeah, the Countryside Outdoorsman. Man, I'll tell you what, the Countryside Outdoorsman, are you on Twitter? If you're on Twitter, send me a link on Twitter, and I will try to pull you up there in just a second. Speaking of Twitter, I'm going to go in and see who's been sharing this out before I go into the next question. Hyper Shiva, thank you for the share. John, Motivation Theory, thank you so much for the share. Bryce Miller, thank you again. Got the Macaulay Culkin. What's his name? Macaulay Culkin. I love that. Thank you. Retweeting that one. Charlie Wagner, thank you so much. Predictor, thank you. MMA Pixels, thank you. Warstorm Sheldon just added me, but thank you. Flash in Your Pan, thank you so much. Blue Eyed Tech, thank you. The Real Estate Whisper, thank you so much. You know, people who follow me are like, dude, stop retweeting all these pictures of you. We get it. Tom Gillard, Lock and Foils, thanks, brother. Flamin' James, thank you. And Beanie Draws, that's right. Got a little Darth Vader action going on. And by the way, and I said this last Nimmin Live, those of you who have movie channels and you've got Star Wars channels, I beg you, I urge you, please don't spoil the new Star Wars movie that's coming out. I actually have been unfollowing. I've been unfollowing Instagram accounts. I've been unfollowing Twitter accounts. I've been unfollowing a ton of YouTube channels that I follow because people are starting to leak information about the new Star Wars coming out. Man, I don't want that ruined for me. Just Stupid Game says, Nimmin, thanks for all the tips you give us. Doing what I can. Spoilers suck. That's right, Costume CO. All right, I am... Oh, no, the predictor says my mobile phone got broken. Sorry to hear that. I'm going to move on to the next question in the form. And they are piling up, so get in fast if you want to do that. This one comes from the Mac. It says, I've been using Snapseed for my thumbnails. Do you think they look better than the old ones? And how can you tell if more people click because it looks better? Okay, I'm just going to look real quick on your desktop. I need to get a refresher on what your channel looked like. So you're using Snapseed. Let me look here. Yeah, I don't remember what they looked like before, but I think they look pretty good. Trying to get 100%. Yeah, they look colorful. They look eye-catching. I mean, if they're working for you, keep going. I mean, you'll know if you put something up and it's getting views, it's probably working on you. What I want you to do though is learn how to check your CTR inside of your analytics. If you are only a mobile creator, if that's what you do everything on, I have a video, or just reach out to me, send me an email, and I can link out to that video if you can't find it on my site, on my channel, where I show you how to use your mobile phone to find out what your CTR is on your thumbnail. Your CTR is your click-through rate, and it basically gives you a percentage that tells you, how well it's performing. So that's how you know if it's doing well or not. If you have something, so like I said before, YouTube says between 2% and 10%. That's average for most types of channels on YouTube. If you fall under that, you're going to need, or if you're on the lower end, you should probably step it up. If you're on the higher end, I still think you should step it up, but you could probably relax just a little bit. Hey, Bobstar X, how's it going? I'm half tempted to mod you, Bobstar X. I'm like itching. I'm itching to just turn you into a moderator. Well, he's all right. Let him roll. He's not spamming. He's all right. Okay, so just stupid games. You know what? I'm going to go to my channel because this is just going to make it so much easier. Let me go to my channel and let me get the video. And I hope I get the right one. Give me just a second here. I know it's a further down and I talk about being able to get views. Hold on here. Give me just a second. I need to look through my videos, make a pro thumbnail. YouTube views hack. This might be it. Give me just a second here. Right, you make these so long ago and you have a title that might not match what I'm going to talk about right here. Let's see what we're doing. Okay, yeah, I think this one's it. So I'm going to drop a link, and I really hope this is the right video. I'm going to drop a link into the chat right now. If you're on a mobile device and that's the only thing you have access to, watch that video. I'm going to walk you through how to get inside your analytics in order to find out what your click-through rate is on your thumbnails. Hey, El Jefe Reviews, what's going on, brother? I was just talking about your black and white thumbnails. I was talking about you kind of did the opposite. I thought that was a smart move. Yeah, so that link is going to walk you through the process of figuring out what your CTR is. Moving on to the next mobile question. This one comes from RPM Nexus. It says, I was thinking about doing live tech reviews. Do you think this is a good idea? Yeah, I do think it's a good idea. I know we mentioned before, Geeks Life does live tech reviews, and on Nimmin Live, he said that some of his people actually enjoy it. With anything, like when you have an idea, El Jefe says you should check out today's thumbnail, D. I took your advice from yesterday. Brother, I'm actually going to pull you up. 1up7 the mushroom, Modstar X. I love that. And that just completely sidetracked me. Viper's in the house dropping fire, as always. Mike Van Doozy, how you doing? And I just completely lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? I was talking about, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I'm going to pull up El Jefe. I love it. This is live right here. El Jefe Reviews. So yesterday we gave El Jefe some advice on the thumbnails. So we're going to get him pulled up here. Okay, so you did a border. So let's get you pulled up here, El Jefe. Boom. So yesterday he had us look at the channel banner. I think it looks dope. And then, so when he pulled in, he has all these black and white thumbnails. Now, if you're looking at these together, right? If you're looking at his channel, you're thinking, okay, black and white, they're not that eye-catching when it's next to a bunch of other black and white thumbnails. Where black and white can really win, like I said before, is if you have a sea of thumbnails that you're competing against that are very vibrant, they're super colorful, right? He's doing the opposite of that. So in that situation, black and white can stand out. So we recommended taking some of the blue from the channel banner and putting it somewhere into the thumbnail, and that totally works, El Jefe. Got the blue little border going on, you got the verses on there, right? Just a little bit of splash of blue, give it a little bit more style, pull it together from the channel banner. I absolutely love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, good job, man. I think it looks fantastic. Nice tweak. Expert Plumber says, great stuff, El Jefe. All right, I totally lost track of what I was talking about before. There you go. It'll come back to me as this stuff happens. Okay, so this one comes from Exploring with the Nug. He says, why do you wear headphones? Wait, why do you wear headphones when you stream? I'm live streaming for the first time tonight, and I don't want to mess up the audio. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on getting ready to go with your first live stream. That's fantastic. That's amazing. And you're probably like a ball of nerves right now. So of all the people in the chat, who live streams on your channel? If you're a live streamer, type in hashtag live streamer. I'm curious how many people actually go live on their channel. I know El Jefe does. El Jefe does. I know Beanie's doing it now. I know Costume CO is going live. Drop it. And I know, of course, Vipers goes live. That goes without saying. Yeah, so there's a bunch of live streamers in here. Josephine DeSmet's a live streamer. Yeah, look at that. Expert Plumbers getting ready to go live soon. Looking forward to that, Roger. Okay, so the question was, why do I wear headphones when I live stream? I wear headphones when I live stream, and this probably sounds silly, But there's a couple reasons. One, the silly reason is I love to hear, because the way we have our mic set up in here, like if you meet me in person, my voice doesn't really sound like this. The mics and the way we had this EQ'd kind of gives it the sound that you're hearing right now. And this isn't actually, you know, I think, I know Viper's met me, El Jefe's met me, Roger's met me in person. You can tell from the mic, it gives there's a little bit more bass, a little crispiness, right? It's close to what I sound like, but it's not what I sound like. So I like hearing it in my headphones. I like that voice. It gives me kind of like a radio feel. The second reason I listen to them is because I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally, because I have a bunch of window browsers open here, I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally playing something in the background that I might not know if I'm not listening to the headphones. For example, if I go to this, and this actually happened during this live stream, and I don't know if you guys caught it or not. So on this particular scene that you're looking at right here, this scene will also play the intro music. When my stream is getting ready to go live, there's a song that's playing, and then I transition over to this scene, and it's still playing. And if I turn the volume up, you can hear that it's playing right now in the background. So what happened was, not too long ago, I switched over to this scene right here, and I forgot to turn down the audio. And if I wasn't wearing headphones, I wouldn't have known that this track was still looping in the background unless people started saying, hey, there's music in the background, music in the background. But as soon as I switched over, I immediately knew, okay, there's music in the background. I identified it. I went in here and I turned the volume down on that. So those are the main reasons that I use headphones. Let me jump back into the chat here. There's a ton of live streamers. That's fantastic. Expert Plumber says, dude, your voice works. No problem there. I appreciate that, Roger. Josephine says, in real life, D has a really squeaky voice. No, it just adds, you know, these mics and the EQ, if you do it right, it can just beef up your voice just a little bit. Beanie says, I did hear you on one of Viper's streams a few weeks back. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you don't have to monitor your voice. Beanie says he doesn't monitor his voice. I do it because I know the mistakes that happen. I've only been streaming for a little over a year, right? I started streaming on Nimmin Live last December. So it's been 13 months. And we've had so many accidents that have happened, so many problems that have popped up. You know, when you go live, you guys know, live is like playing jazz. You know, you're out there, you got to improvise, and things happen. You have to be prepared for those. And we've had so many times where like a YouTube video might be playing in the background and it might be picking up and playing through you guys, right? You might hear like another YouTube video and it's going to give it a delay, make it all funky. But if I'm monitoring that, I'm going to take care of that. That being said, I wear glasses and these push in on my glasses or on my ears. And sometimes you'll notice I have to take these off because it just starting to get uncomfortable. Leron says, I've got an amazing audio app that will rock your world on any mic. I can't share a link here though. Leron, let's put it into that. Hold on. Leron is now able to share a link. Go ahead and share that link, Leron. You got this, Leron. Enjoy the wrench. Leron, you don't actually have to be a moderator. Yeah, boom. Yeah, you don't actually have to do anything. Just recognition, and if you want to post a link, knock yourself out. Especially if it's going to help people with their audio. Joseph Andrews, what's up, Fantastic Joe? Says, sorry, I was watching PewDiePie's stream. Joe, what's up, dude? Me or PewDiePie? Come on, man. Get with the program, brother. Yeah, for those of you guys who if you don't know Leron is in here every single weekend. This guy is super knowledgeable, very helpful. And yeah, I appreciate you coming in, Leron, and helping and answering questions. Much appreciated, brother. All right, moving on to the next question. This one is Harit Cod. I can't pronounce your name. It says, bro, I got 800 subs, but I don't even get 100 views. Okay, well, I have to ask the question. If you have 800 subscribers and you barely get any views, the first question I got to ask is, did you do, you know what? You guys fill this out for me. I'm curious. Do you know what they did? Do you know, if you're not getting any views and you have a lot of subscribers, what do you think that this person may have done? Did you do, there it goes, here it comes. Elite Master 24. Did you do sub for sub, or did you buy subscribers? There's a lot of people coming in, sub for sub, sub for sub, sub for sub. Hey, bro, sub for sub, because they think that that's how you actually grow on YouTube, because they see other people doing it and they see the numbers going up and they think that that's how people get their subscribers. And maybe they get the ball rolling by doing sub for sub, or they're purchasing their subscribers. So if you did that, and I'm leaning on the side that maybe you did, then Lil Harding says, yes, I used to, but never again. Right on. Hold on here. I'm going to reread this to make sure before I burn this person. Glue Guns and Roses. Yeah, you made a valid point. I'm going to reread this again. Okay, yes, it says, bro, I get 800 subs, but I don't even get 100 views. You don't get 100 views on 800 subs. Okay, so I was about ready to go on you, but again, I got to ask, did you do sub for sub? Did you purchase the subscribers? So that's one reason, without knowing your history of your channel, that's one thing that could be causing that. Another thing that happens, for example, excuse me, you'll notice that today, I got to get a drink. Hold on one second. My throat just went completely dry. Got to stay hydrated if you're live streaming. There we go. We almost had a little ASMR session going on. Little water drinking, little liquid sounds for ASMR. Okay, so I hit 21,000 subscribers today, live. Boom, we did this, right? That doesn't mean I'm going to get 24,000 views on my video. Man, I wish that meant that I'm going to get 21,000 views on my channel. Hey, Dr. Stan, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. And Dr. Stan, we're going to get into the meme of the week. So I've been waiting for you to come in. So 800 subscribers, not even 100 views, you say. Hopefully you didn't do sub or sub, but if you did, that's part of it. Another thing is some people subscribe and then they just kind of lose interest and they don't subscribe. Another thing is, excuse me again. Another thing is YouTube notifications don't always work, right? Like how many people don't get notified of your favorite creators when they open or when they upload a video? If you don't get notifications for all of the creators that you subscribe to and hit the bell notification on, type in notifications in the chat right now. And I know I don't. I subscribe to a ton of people. I hit the bell notification because I want to be notified. But what YouTube does, good old YouTube, YouTube will give you videos based on your watch history, based on when was the last time you watched their videos, based on what time they think that you'll be interested in watching videos. There's a lot of variables that go involved in people getting notifications, and there's a good chance that people are just not getting your notifications. So yeah, a lot of things can be happening there. And without deep diving into your channel, I can't really give you a solid answer because I don't know what you may have done or what you didn't do. But yeah, I mean, everybody does it. If I at 21,000 subscribers, I put a video up. Let's look. Hold on. Let's put some perspective on this. Hold on, let me pull TubeBuddy back up. By the way, I do have a link in the description below for TubeBuddy if you don't have it already. So here's my subscriber count, right? The last video that I uploaded 2 days ago, it's off to a slow start. 1,200 people, right? The one after that, 1,700 people. Skip the live streams. The one before that, 1,500 people, right? Now, these do get bigger. The longer these are online, this one's got 10,000, right? 11,000. The longer your content is online, the more the views are going to come in. But out of the gate, for the type of content that I make, I usually don't have videos like I upload and they just go bananas. That usually doesn't happen. I'll generally hit, 1,000 or 1,200 views within the first 24 hours. And then it just kind of like simmers down a little bit. But what does happen with me, oh man, I just closed this down. What does happen with me is you'll see some of these older videos is YouTube likes to come back and then it starts to give some of these older videos some love, right? 20,000, 27,000, 83,000, right? 318,000. Right? So when I uploaded this video, at first, it completely tanked. I thought, okay, this video is going to be a dud. 2 months later or whatever, YouTube's like, hey, we're going to give this video some juice based on watch time, based on click-through rate, based on whatever, based on the viewer's watch history, based on trending topics for this. I don't know, but now there's 318 views on it, or 318,000 views on it. So, yeah. Man, that was like way sidetracked. I didn't mean to go there. Hypershiba says, I'll be 3019. Right on. Yeah, Mike Van Duzy, you got it. Evergreen. Evergreen content, right? A lot of the stuff that I do, I put it up there. Basically, you're planting seeds, right? You're sowing the seeds, and that stuff is going to come back and harvest later. And that's why it's called evergreen content, is because it's content that is going to, well, within reason, it's going to stand the test of time. A lot of the content that I make today is going to be relevant 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. All right, so it's time for the meme of the week. Since Dr. Sten is here, we were waiting for Dr. Sten to come here, and he is here. And cover your ears, cover your eyes, because you don't know what this is. This one is a little bit disturbing. This is the meme of the week created by Dr. Sten. Here we go. Deflated. This is the meme of the week. Deflated. That is really disturbing. My eyes. Yeah, you can't unsee that. That's not something you can unsee. Yeah, deflated. Thank you, Dr. Sten. I have an entire folder full of these things. So yeah. Deflated. Oh dear, that's right. That's right. Oh my God, my eyes, they burn. Yeah, you can pour some bleach in them. Not really, don't do that. Kids, don't put bleach in your eyes. Not cool. Lee Ron says, brilliant, still recovering from being pregnant. Yeah, that happens. Okay, so you guys sent me the link on Twitter as well. Okay, give me just 1 second. I'm going to see what's going on here on Twitter, and I'm going to pull you guys up along the way. Uh-oh, what just happened? There it is. Get some more Twitter things in here. Protify, thank you, brother. Much appreciated. This is happening right now. Much love. Awesome. T Power Hangout. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Who else is giving me some love here? Thank you, Information Info. Patty Broussard. I don't even know what. Is that your, what? That's your instrument. That's really cool. That's dope, Patty. Pale Rider TV. Thank you so much for the share. Much appreciated. There it is, the early kit in, Countryside Outdoorsman. Boom, about time. All right, give me 1 second. Now let me make sure I can find them. I'm actually going to have to pull this up on a browser because it's not actually telling me to open it up. Man, this is just not. Okay, so here's something that happens. If you look at a channel inside of the app, it's going to crop the header. But if you look at it inside of a browser, depending on the browser, it's actually not going to crop it. It's just going to shrink it down. So in terms of the color, I think it looks good. You've got your message on there. It's a lot easier to read. The Countryside Outdoorsman, that's how it's done in the country. You say that you're doing fishing, you're doing hunting. Yeah, I think that works. Deer jerky. Same thing for you, though, with your thumbnails, right? Like preparing for the 2018-19 deer season, I would probably come up with a thumbnail that's a little bit more towards what you're doing, like a picture of you. It's cool that you're putting yourself in the thumbnail, but, you know, maybe put a picture of a deer in there. Put a picture of your deer stand or, you know, your bow and arrow, whatever it is you're hunting with. Maybe put a picture of that in there. Something, because if you're a hunter, I'm not a hunter, but like if I were, I would probably be looking for things that I recognize. I'd recognize a deer stand. I'd recognize a buck. I'd recognize tools of the trade, that sort of thing. Okay, and there you go, hanging deer stands, right? So another thing with that, you might want to think about bringing that in even more, zooming in, because your deer stand is so small there, right? Like if you zoom that in even more, run it through Snapseed. I got a link on my channel showing you how to make your videos pop in Snapseed. You could even do really cool things. Like you could turn all the trees in the background. You could make that black and white and make your deer stand like really vibrant so it kind of stands out. Again, if your audience is, you know, if you want other hunters to see your content and watch your videos, when you're putting your thumbnails together, think of things that hunters can relate to and make those things the focus of every thumbnail. Right? You want those triggers. Oh, I recognize that, you know, right? Oh, that's obviously a deer stand. That's obviously this crossbow or this rifle, whatever it is that you're doing, tools of the trade. Focus on stuff that can trigger other people to recognize what it is. All right, moving along, jumping back into the form. Okay, this one is from Matt Alls. I don't have an answer for you here, but I will ask the question in case somebody in the chat has the answer, because I don't have this microphone. It says, once I fix my PC, do you think the newer NW700 condenser mic for $34 would be a good purchase? I have 3 devices. I just put Android. Okay, so the newer NW700 condenser microphone. I don't have that microphone. I don't have any experience with that microphone, so I honestly can't tell you if that's a good microphone or a bad microphone. What you can do, go to Amazon, go to B&H Photo, go look at the reviews and look at verified reviews and see what people are saying about the microphone. If it's not an overwhelming, this microphone is great, then maybe look around for another microphone. El Jefe says, yes, newer is decent for budget. Okay. Yeah, I have no experience with this brand, so I can't help you there. But El Jefe says newer is pretty good. El Jefe knows his audio stuff. He tests headphones, and he's in there. So if El Jefe says it's good, then it's probably pretty good. Next question. This one comes from Roger, the expert plumber. He says, which switcher studio do you recommend for a small business with one channel? Oh, I'm sorry. Which switcher studio do you recommend for a small business with one channel? And is there any other equipment needed? I have multiple phones and tablets. Let me look them up and see what their options here are. Roger, give me 1 second. Pricing. So it says choose the right switcher plan. Let's see here, Roger. Give me 1 second here. I want to read through these. Full access to switcher app, screen share. Okay, Roger. So I see they have the personal, the professional, and the enterprise. And okay, Roger, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over this. I'm not going to close this. I'm going to look over this, and I'm actually going to get with you offline because I need to actually pay attention to these and see what they're offering and what they don't offer in the other packages. And I'm guessing just for like a basic live stream, you're just wanting to get up and running, just one channel, and you have multiple devices. First and foremost, they all have to be iOS. They all have to be iOS devices. In terms of any other equipment, you are going to want a microphone. So which you're going to want one of the devices to actually have your microphone plugged into that, whatever microphone that you're using. In terms of any of their equipment, you'll probably want some sort of tripods or stands to put your phone on. That way you can completely move them around in a manner where you can dial in the exact framing that you want instead of trying to like put them on a bookshelf or something like that. You got that. Okay, I figured you did. Yeah, so what I'll do, Roger, is I'll read through these things here because you might not need some of this. Like, because there's quite a difference here in terms of the personal versus professional packages here. Oh, actually, I'm looking at it right here, and it says for non-commercial use, an individual is making online videos, and then professional says for businesses and organizations looking to build their brands. Okay, so yeah, that right out of the gate. Yeah, I'm still going to look over this and get to you off the live stream, Roger. I want to just dive just a little bit deeper because I don't want to steer you wrong on there, but at a glance, I would lean on professional as well. In terms of extra software, no extra software. We've actually had it up and running here in the studio. I haven't made a video on it yet. Nick and I both have videos coming on it. It's fantastic. It's super intuitive. What we did is we set it up with an iPad. We have a new iPad, and you know what? I'm just going to show you. You guys want me to just give you a little show here? Hold on. Give you a little show. That just sounded nefarious. You want to see a little show? Let me see if I can get this up and running, and I'll just give you a quick overview. Give me just a second here. I'm firing up the iPad. Give me just a second here. We're going to turn this down. So this is Switcher Studio. So if you have an iPhone, this is going to apply to you if you're thinking about going live and you want to do it everything from the phone. Flash in your pan. Yeah, there'll be no stars here. So give me just a second to see if I can get this up and running. If not, I'll, so let's see, Switcher. Let's see here. Okay, they just did an update. Let me close this. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm actually not, for whatever reason, I'm not logged in on this. Nope, I can't do it. Sorry about that. I thought I could. I'll try to get this ready for next time. But Roger, in terms of additional software, no. Basically, the way it works is, I tried. The way it works is you turn it on and you log in, and then it gives you an option to use any of the devices. Basically, it hunts for the devices, and then it just literally just turns on, and the camera of those devices just turns into a webcam, and it pulls them all into Switcher Studio. So if you have 3 phones, it's going to pull in 3 camera sources. You gotta find them within the app, activate them, and you just switch back and forth. It's touch screen, and you say, okay, now I'm going to go to this one. Now I want to go to this one. If you want it like a lower third to pop out or some sort of a graphic, it has a lot of stuff pre-made into it. You just tap on it, and it comes up. You tap on it, and it goes away. It's really intuitive, and play with it for about an hour, and you're going to have it down. It's super, super intuitive. Mia Diva Rodriguez, how are you doing? Mia, I believe you were ill yesterday during Nimmin Live. Hey, OMG Plays, D is nice. Nick might disagree with you. Ultimo Dragon 005, how are you doing? I am doing fantastic. Crypto Cruising, you need any new picks? No, man, I'm good. All right, I'm going to jump back into the forum before this chat goes down here really fast. But Roger, in terms of live streaming, I just want to say again, if you want to do everything on a mobile device, Switcher, and you're on iOS, Switcher Studio is the way to go. They allow, if I'm not mistaken, you can put it in for free to test it. I think they give you a certain amount of time for free. So put it in, test it to make sure it's going to work on your devices before you actually pay for it. I do believe that they have a free, I don't know if it's 7 days or 14 days or something like that. Download it, put it in, make sure it works for all of your devices, because some of your devices might be older, not 100% sure how far back they actually work on the iPhones. But they work, so I've got an iPhone 7. So we had an iPhone 7, an iPhone 8, and iPhone XS, and then the new iPad. Those were all working fine. Next question in the forum. Let's see here. So I'm actually not checking out channels right now. Okay, this one comes from Bryce's World. Question is, should you always put yourself in the thumbnails? That's a great question. Fantastic question. Okay, Roger, 14-day trial. Download it, put it in, make sure it works across all your phones, and you're going to see how intuitive it is. Literally like an hour with this thing, and you're going to have it down. We were surprised at how easy it was. Do you have to put yourself in the thumbnail? Different companies have done studies on thumbnails. They find that thumbnails with faces and thumbnails with faces that are actually larger tend to get a higher click-through rate. Myself personally, let me see if I can show you a difference here. Give me a second. So on my channel, and I don't know if I've swapped them all out or not. I tried to change most of them, but let me pull mine up here and see. So on my thumbnail, so this right here at the top, you see how I'm kind of zoomed in, right? Like my face is a little bit closer. You can probably go even closer than that. I haven't tested one even closer, but that's the new size that I cropped it to, I believe. Let me see if I have an older one on here. Yeah, so the old one was this. I was a little bit smaller, right? And I had my hand coming in, and it was like holding the text. Surprisingly, so I did A/B test on those using the TubeBuddy Legend package. Totally worth it if you don't have it already and you have access to it on a desktop browser. I did A/B testing on these, and I haven't swapped this one out yet, but the ones that I've already changed where the crop is tighter, the only thing I did is I just cropped in more on my face, and tests have already been shown that actually people get more clicks on these, and it dramatically improved my click-through rate just by zooming in and clicking on more. That being said, depends what type of content that you're making. I have some thumbnails that, like this, there's a phone in there, but I'm also talking about phones. So some of my thumbnails do incredibly well without putting my picture in there. So, right, this is something that you're going to have to test and see what works with your audience. My particular audience, they're coming there to learn about how to do stuff on their phone, so it works if I put a picture of a phone in there. If I put a picture of my face in there, that also works too. So you're going to have to see what works for your particular audience, for your demographics. But I would say, generally speaking, yeah, faces are going to get more clicks in most situations. Hey, Galaxy Girl says, I love your channel. Thank you so much. Leron says, larger faces making the YouTuber face works. Yes. However, for things like food or product-based, I'd rather focus on the item. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Again, like, what's your demographic? What is it you're trying to do? If you've got a cooking channel, then it's going to make more sense to zoom in and, you know, showcase the food. That's going to make more sense than, you know, a big, you know, get my YouTube face on here. Hold on. How are we going to do this? I got to look at the camera, right? How are we going to do this? Oh, look at that smudge. I'm embarrassed at the smudge. So, right? That's not, like Leron said, that's probably not going to work with food. Beanie says, my face is too awesome for thumbnails. It probably is. All right, moving on to the next question. And again, all this stuff, you know, if you're asking, you know, is X, you know, is 1 better than 2? Is A better than B? These are things that you're going to have to test, because I can give you my input. I can tell you what I think based on my own information, the own experience that I have. I can tell you what I think based on what I've read inside YouTube Creator Academy or various studies that I've read. But your demographics, the people watching your content, that's what it really comes down to. There are best practices, and then there's like real world, you know, what are your people going to respond to? All right, next question. Hold on one second here. Next question. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again. This one's also from Bryce's World. It says, what is a good CTR? CTR is click-through rate. YouTube says that for the average channel on YouTube, it's between 2% and 10%. So if you fall in there, especially if you fall on the higher end or middle of that, I would say you're doing all right. I mean, I have thumbnails that, you know, like, so when I started, I tried to have like a personal standard of anything that went under 8%, I would change it. But what I found is, especially what happens is if you have videos that start to do well, the more they get suggested out to people, you'll find that your CTR will generally get worse, because basically YouTube will keep suggesting that video out to other viewers until different groups of people are not interested in that video anymore, and that ends up kind of hurting your CTR. So on my really successful videos, those kind of took a beating on the CTR, but I have videos that are 5%. I have 1 or 2 that are like in their 20s. So I'm all over the spectrum. But now, as long as it doesn't drop under 5%, I tend to leave it. And it also depends on the niche. Like, this is based on what I do. So, you know, YouTube says average is 2 and 10%. But like for you, I don't know what it is you're doing. I don't remember what your content is on your channel. But for your particular type of content, it might be higher as an average, or it could be lower. So, you know, YouTube gives you those that wiggle room between 2 and 10% on average. Moving on to the next question. This comes from Wrestling with Kobe. He says, hey D, do you have any tips for writing a message to a creator you would like to collaborate with? Yeah, but I will say this first. If you're reaching out to a larger creator, if you're thinking, okay, if I can get a collaboration with a larger YouTuber, everything's going to change. We're going to get subscribers. We're going to get the views. And if that's the only reason you're reaching out, then I would say probably don't do that. Reach out to, I mean, it's not going to hurt, but like, I would start by reaching out with people around your same size, right? And then just get to know them on Twitter. Become active in their comments. Like, if somebody just sent me a random email, right? Just a random email says, hey, you want to collab? Like, I don't know you. And then I'm going to have to go over, I'm going to look at your channel, you know, can we provide value to each other's channels? And I don't know, so I'm probably not even going to do that if I don't know who you are. So what you do is become engaged in their community. Leave comments, leave like thoughtful comments. Get to know them on Twitter, get to know them on Facebook. Build a relationship with that creator first, right? Then once you build that relationship, And if you're around the same size and kind of into the same things and you guys can provide value for each other's audience, they're going to be a lot more into saying yes than not even answering your DM or your email. Now, there's exceptions to every rule. Yeah, LFA, creator on creator etiquette is a real thing. It's why I made a whole video on the topic. Absolutely. Leron says collabs, it's about relationship first. Yeah, exactly. Engage, offer value, retweet, etc. Bingo. But now there are exceptions to the rule. Cody Warner in the house talking about collabs, and boom, here he comes. So Cody has like the the ballerino picture in your header, Cody. I love that, dude. The toe is pointing. You know what? I got to pull that up, and I hope that shows up all right on the mobile. Hold on here, Cody Warner. I'm just amazed at the toe. There it is. Yeah, look at this. Look at how perfect. And part of me thinks that you photoshopped the toe because it's so perfectly pointed. Either that or you're a dancer, because that's the form is so perfect. It's like a ballerino, right? Yeah, but back to your question. Like, you know, build that relationship first. Be, you know, engage in their community. Get to know them on Twitter. Get to know them on Facebook. Build that relationship. And then you reach out to them and say, hey, you know, let's do something together. You get a better chance of succeeding doing that than if you just try to send a blank email out or a blank DM, because especially if they're a larger creator, they're getting hammered. They're getting absolutely hammered with people trying to, hey, look at this or check this out. Hey, there's a lot of people, I'm not saying you're doing this, but there's a lot of people who they're takers, right? They don't want to provide value to other people. They're just give me. And unfortunately, emails get flooded with that sort of thing. DMs get flooded with that sort of thing. So build that relationship, and it's going to help you kind of get through all of that. Yeah, Lily Tree says, always point your toes. Exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking, Cody, I'm thinking you were a dancer. Oh, he says, it's a screen grab from a video on my channel. Proof is there. So, Cody, seriously, are you a dancer? Are you a professional dancer? Have you ever studied ballet? Because your form is incredible. So when I replied to you on Twitter, I was like, okay, there's a female form because there's a ballerina. And I said, I know there's a male form. And I thought it was ballerino, but I wasn't sure. So I actually looked it up and I thought, okay, I want to make sure it's ballerino, the male ballerina, the male dancer. And there were actual pictures of guys who were pretty close to your position. And I thought, okay, Cody's got to be a dancer. You've never studied, but you would love to. You're a natural, man. You're a natural. There you go. Hashtag ballerino. The ballerino with a camera. I love it. All right, moving on to the next question. Let's see here. Guys, be nice when you're putting these in, man. Okay. I'm actually going to come back to that one later because that's a big one. Yeah, okay. So just all you have to do is just put the question in one time. Like this person just asked the same thing every, wow. There's like 6 questions on here that are exactly the same thing. All right, this one is from Tijman Logo Tech. He says, you reviewed my channel, I think 2 months ago on my thumbnails and channel banner. Now I've changed my channel banner and thumbs. Can you please look at it and let me know if I've made an improvement or if I need to jump in the workspace again? P.S. I love your content. Yeah, absolutely. Let me get you pulled up. Give me 1 second to find your channel here and we'll have a look and see what you've done to upgrade your channel. Teach me Lego Tech. There you are. All right, so you upgraded or you updated your thumbnail and your channel banner. Okay, so right away, and why are you not showing up? Give me 1 second here. I think I just pulled the cable out. Where are you? All right, so here you go. This is the beauty of going live right here. Sometimes you have these little tech snafus. Give me just a second and I'm going to fix this. Let's see here. I got to find my phone and the cam link. Give me just a second here. Yeah, so I'm using Elgato Cam Links. And if you're trying to stream your phone using the Elgato Cam Link, this is kind of a thing that I found. I have 2 issues with it. One is that before I start Streamlabs, I actually have to unplug the Elgato Cam Link start Streamlabs and then plug it back in. Otherwise, Streamlabs will get really buggy and it doesn't want to move correctly. It doesn't want to open things up. Unplug it, plug it back in. That kind of like resets everything. The second thing that I found is sometimes it just goes dead. And when it goes dead, like I'm doing right now, I have to go back in and I have to select the video source again and activate it one more time. And there you go. I've got it. Bam, we are live. There you go. Okay. So for your channel banner, Teachman Logo Tech, new videos every Monday, machines and more. Okay, so you obviously made this on a desktop because what's happening when you put this into your browser on your phone is your profile picture is cutting off some of the information on there. Not a deal breaker, but if you want absolute clarity, I would go in and I would move the text around to make sure that everything fits perfectly up in your channel header. In terms of your profile picture, I don't think you asked for that. Let me double check. Nope, just your channel banner and thumbnails. Okay, so your thumbnails, let me come in and look at your videos. Newest. Okay, let's see. I don't remember what you did before when you came in, but looking at these now, tutorial, Lego candy machine, Lego soccer machine. I think these look all right. I mean, I'm not into Legos. If there's anybody else here that are into Legos, you can let them know if you think these are all right or not. I do think some of the text is difficult to read. For example, the Lego pinball machine that's blue and red, excuse me, I think that's a little bit difficult to read on a phone. But the two thumbnails on the top, in terms of what I like, I think these are a lot more eye-catching in terms of just pleasing colors. But the important thing is go into YouTube, into the analytics, look at your CTR and see how they're actually performing. Now, because your view count's a little bit low, you might not get some accurate data there, but that's just something to keep track of as your channel grows, as you get more views, and just compare those because it's kind of a different style than what you had before. So compare the new style to your older style. Next question. This one says, okay, here we go. This one is from Wrestling with Kobe again. It says, hey, D, it's me again. My question is, how can I keep live stream engaging in your a wrestling channel? Okay, so one thing that you can do to keep live streaming engaging is not have dead air, right? The most uncomfortable thing for a live streamer is to have just dead air, just to have complete silence. That makes things really, really awkward, right? Like when I can't find a channel or I've got a tech problem and I have to like focus on what's happening here on the screen or mess with my phone and I have seconds where I'm not saying anything, it gets really comfortable on both ends, uncomfortable for both ends. And you want to eliminate that as much as possible. So number one, focus on things you can do to not have dead space in the chat. Second thing you can do is when you're getting ready to do your live stream, come in with a plan. Have a piece of paper or have something on your phone and make show notes. Write out things for you to talk about because I can guarantee you, and you've seen it happen here too, sometimes your mind just goes blank while you're in the middle of doing something, you're in the middle of talking about something, your mind can say, nope, I'm out of here. And that happens to me a lot, as you find. And if you have some sort of a show note or something that you can refer back to when your mind blanks out or people aren't, you know, if they're not talking in the chat, you can say, okay, well, I've got all this stuff to talk about here. You can talk about wrestling news. You can talk about wrestling drama. You can talk about what Vince McMahon's whatever, right? Come in, things to talk about. One of the things that I do is the questionnaire form that I have, the link in the description below. This isn't why I have it. I have it to answer your questions, but this allows me, this is kind of like my show notes. Anytime I have a period where my brain is like, nope, I'm out of here, I can come here and I can say, okay, I'm going to go into the next question. And then I can come in, I keep talking, I can talk about what I'm doing, right? Like if I get quiet and I say, okay, let's say if I say, okay, I'm going to go answer the next question. And I'm not saying anything while I'm actually pulling up the next question. Dead air, that gets really uncomfortable. But if I say, okay, I'm going to pull up the next question. Let me go here, see what's going on. Okay, your channel name. Okay, Wrestling with Cody, right? I have all these things in the form that allow me to keep talking. So I can mention your name. I have a bunch of things in here. So I can say, okay, I'm going to go to the forum and ask the next question. Okay, Wrestling with Cody, who uploads 3 to 5 times a week. They're into wrestling and they have an iPhone. Their question is, and I can say the question, right? That gives me stuff to talk about that doesn't allow for dead air. And the same thing applies if you have your show notes. Same exact thing. Other thing you can do, jump into the chat, right? Wait, am I being rated? Flash in your pan. Hold on. Is somebody rating me? No, nobody's rating me. Yeah, Cortisone Music says that dead air equals loss of viewers. Absolutely. You want to keep it moving. So another thing is I jump into the chat, right? I'm always back and forth. I go to my forum. I jump into the chat. I try to engage the audience, right? Like I might say something. I might ask a question and have people reply. For example, if you're new to my channel, this is the first time you've come into the live stream, drop a hashtag new into the chat right now so I can find out if you're new and give you a proper welcome. And if there's people who are new to your chat, Mia David Rodriguez says, I'm dealing with a sound problem. I'm sorry to hear about that. So, you know, if there's new people in here, and there's probably not because you guys are awesome and you come in and support every single weekend. But if I say, if you're a gamer, drop a hashtag gamer and let me know that you're a gamer, because I know there's a lot of gamers in here, right? The more interactive that you can be, the better off you're going to be, right? You want to engage the people who are watching. Another thing that you can do, you know, I thank people on Twitter, right? I can come in like this and I can shout, you know, this is my way of shouting people out while also providing value across the board and legit thanking them for sharing me out on social media. Hey, Josephine DeSmet, thank you for the share on Twitter. Much appreciated. The early kid in. Thank you so much for the share. Much appreciated. Joseph Andrews, much appreciated. Bryce Miller, thank you so much. Crypto Cruising, thank you so much. Half Korean All Girl, thank you for the share. Patrick Jackson, thank you so much for the share. Much appreciated, right? It gives me stuff to talk about, keeps the chat going. They're engaged. They're sharing it on Twitter. They're giving me hashtags, right? You see the hashtags coming up. It keeps people engaged. But if you're just coming in there and you're thinking, I'm just going to talk and just not really pay attention, right? Keep moving, keep it popping, right? Send them around, get them talking about things, get them talking, trying to get them to help each other. Hey, 30-day reviews, how's it going? Also, when people come into the chat, I mean, I can't always look at the chat because I'm trying to watch the screen and fiddle with my phone over here. There's a lot of stuff going on. But when I notice people, especially regular people, come into the chat and I do catch them, of course, I want to welcome them to the chat. 30-day reviews came in here. How's it going? 30-day reviews. AT Rocks, how's it going, brother? Prodify Cycling. Yeah, I know you're in here, but I was just shouting you out. He says, it's almost like you have to have a conversation with the audience like in Instagram stories. Yeah. Yeah. It all comes back to, you know, having that conversation, having that real human interaction. So so what do you guys think? You come in here on Saturdays, you hang out with us on Nimmin Live, and you come here on Sundays and you hang out with me on Sundays. Are you engaged? Do you enjoy yourself when you come here? Drop a hashtag yes or a hashtag no if you're not feeling what's going on. But because a lot of you are coming back, I'm hoping for a hashtag yes, right? Hey, Half Korean Girl, you are new. Welcome, Half Korean Girl. I hope you're a mobile content creator, but if not, that's cool. You can hang out here too. See, look at this. Yes, 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 yes. So the goal is you just want to keep things moving. You want to keep things going, keep things moving, keep talking, keep the crowd engaged, keep them talking, right? Interaction. That's how you keep people engaged. Oh, look at all the yeses. Wow. Much love, people. Much love. Look at that. Love you guys. Seriously. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I love you. But, you know, so my week, I mean, hey, bro, can I know your name? My name is D. Saif. My name is D. Nice to meet you. Like, I wait all week long. I can't wait to come in here and stream Saturday with Nimmin Live. That's like a highlight of my week. I get to sit here with my brother and engage with him and hang out with him. I get to hang out for 6 hours with my brother. That's fantastic on Saturday. And now that I'm doing this on my own channel on Sunday, this is like another highlight of my week. I love coming in here and hang out with you guys. And the fact that you're D the GOAT, that's what I'm talking about, Jefe. You know, so you're giving this feedback, you know, hashtag yes. You're enjoying it. You keep coming back week after week after week. I love you guys for that. Seriously. I love it. Thank you. Love you too. Love you both. There you go. Wow. Do we have a Panda raid going on? You coming back for round 2, Panda? Come on. Bring it. Bring it. Yeah, it's exactly that. He says it's a hangout like in real life. Just roll with it. Things go wrong. It's okay. Yeah, and things are going to go wrong. If you're live streaming, you know for a fact, and I know there's a lot of live streamers who hashtag live stream before, things will go wrong. Tech happens. Cables come undone. The internet dies. Sometimes it lags. stuff happens, be prepared for that, and honestly, don't beat yourself up so bad over it. If something goes wrong, just handle it. And if you can continue to talk to your community while it's happening, instead of just like freaking out and going silent, that's going to be a lot better. Oh, look at the panda raid. Here it comes. Here it comes. Flash in your pants says, I know what you mean. I love my live streams and the interaction I have with my community. It's the highlight of my week, right? So I'm going to change a battery here really quick. You know how this whole thing works. Team Panda, welcome to the Nimmin channel. Those of you who are mobile content creators or mobile YouTubers, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell, so I can help you be better mobile content creators and better mobile YouTubers. And if you guys want to be awesome and share this out on Twitter, I'll be opening Twitter up again a little bit later on, giving you the proper shout outs and all that stuff. Oh, look at the panda bears rolling in. Here it comes. It's official now. Here, look at this. Oh, the raid is official. It's happened. Look at this. Look at all the pandas. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. While you guys are dropping the pandas, I'm going to change this out. I'll be right back. Keep the pandas dropping. See, this is live and accidents happen. I hit the wrong button. All right, that was a nice raid. Look at that. Thank you, Team Panda. Good job on the raid. Much appreciated. All right, so I hope that answered your question about live streaming. So there's a lot of things that you can do. A lot of things that you can do. Another thing I would tell you about live streaming, though, because I don't know what type of content that you're actually making. Oh, yes, I do. You're doing wrestling. Try to keep it, try to keep the focus on wrestling as much as you can. It doesn't have to be 100%. You can kind of go off the deep end here, kind of go here and there, like I'm all over the place, but I try to keep pulling it back and try to do stuff that's mobile related, because there's a large portion of my subscribers are here because of mobile things, right? Mobile YouTubers, mobile content creators. So no matter how off the rails I might go, I try to pull that back in. I think a lot of people live streaming make the mistake of not keeping it relevant to what it is that you're doing on your channel. Now, you can also just do like a hangout. You can be like, hey, I'm doing a Q&A, and you can just, let your community get to know you as a creator. That works too. But if you do one that's like focused on something that's relevant to your channel, and then you do one that's like a Q&A as just a creator, get to know the creator, you look at your data, and your data is going to tell you which one of those they actually respond to better. And then you get to make the choice from there. Like you can have more interaction. You can get to know your community better with the Q&A, just the hangout. If you keep it more focused on your channel, if they don't like that, or if they do like that, you know what I mean? Like you have to make that decision. Which one of these do I actually want to continue to do? You can use your data to do that, or you can just use your gut, or you can just mix it up. I like to mix it up, right? We do Q&As. I answer your questions. We pull up channels. We look at your channels. We kind of talk about other things. I like to do a mix of things. Moving on to the next question. And got way off the deep end on that one. Hold on. What is this one here? Okay, so this one is Glue Guns and Roses. It says, what affects a video's ad rate? So basically, the different type of niche that you're in is going to determine the type of ads that are played on top of your videos. And some types of content actually get ads that pay more, right? So you'll have a higher CPM on those. For example, if I do like YouTube tips, the ads that show on top of my videos, I actually don't make much money on those. I don't make a lot of money on ads in general, but like compared to a video where I do like gear, because if I do gear, then ads that show on top of that, those tend to pay out a lot more. So depending on, what type of video you have, that's going to change the type of ads that play on top of your video. And yeah, like your tags and stuff, like the date of the upload that you're asking, no, that doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the type of content that you're making that's going to cause a certain type of ad to play on top of your video. Now, inside of your AdSense account on the desktop browser, you can't, I should probably make a video on this. It's not mobile related, but I can show you how to get there on a phone for those of you who are mobile creators. You can actually choose the type of ads. It's not always going to play this type of ads, but you can say, for example, I don't want religious ads to play on my channel, or I don't want, firearm ads or whatever. You can choose the type of ads that you don't want to show on your channel. For example, I totally forgot to do that when I started my channel, and people were complaining that they were getting these long religious ads and long political ads. I had a couple people complaining they were getting these huge political ads that kept playing, and I was like, oh man, I forgot to turn this stuff off. So you can say, hey, no political ads, no religious ads, or whatever it is that you want to do. But you can choose, hey, don't show this on my channel. Next question. Let's see here. Passive Income University says, hey, D, congrats on 21,000. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. When did you first start seeing some solid traction on your channel when you first started? I'm super hyped. First video hit 1,000 watch time minutes. Congratulations. And is now ranking #1 for one of my tagged keywords. And funnily enough, traction has slowed. I'm going to upload 2 this week and see how I get on. Yeah, this is something that everybody, all creators have to deal with this. So a couple of things have to happen. One, you need to be creating content. You need titles that people can actually find through search, right? But because your channel is brand new, you're kind of stuck in that position of, well, how do I get the momentum rolling if I can't get people to come in and watch my videos, right? What I recommend that you do, and this is something that I did. So when I choose the videos, and I still do this quite a bit actually, because I got 21,000 subscribers. I have awesome engagement. My views are okay for my channel size, but I can't compete with a larger channel because somebody with 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers, like they've got channel authority, right? So YouTube they've got more watch time. They've got all of that. They've built up all of this momentum, and they're usually going to outperform me in most situations. So what I usually do when I'm looking for a title, I always start at YouTube, and I go into the search bar and I start searching, let's just say I'm doing a how-to video, how to screen record, or how to record your screen on Android. It's probably not the best example because I actually do really well in that video, but like usually the first handful of responses, YouTube orders those, they put them in order of how popular they are. So what I usually do is I look for some that are a little bit lower, because if you're coming up from the bottom, look, everybody gets lucky. Not everybody. Some people get lucky and they make viral video, not viral, but they take off, or they get a shout out from another channel, or something happens and they get a video that just happens to go up at the right time, and so on and so forth, and they take off that way. But for the majority of people, you got to claw your way to the top. So what I did is I started on some of the lower, some of the lower searches that people are looking for, and I said, okay, I'm not going to be able to compete with the bigger channels yet for the most popular keyword phrase. So I start at the bottom, and what I'm doing is I'm basically planting a ton of seeds, the video seeds basically, for all of these lower searched terms, all these lower searched phrases. Over time, I now have a lot of videos that are somewhat lower searched phrases. But as those videos start to build up, YouTube's starting to give my channel a lift, and I'm starting to build up that channel momentum, right? But it took a lot. I think I'm close to 90 videos. If I don't, how many videos do I have? Hold on. I think I'm close to 90 videos. It doesn't even matter. I'm close to 90 videos. That's a lot of videos. And just recently, since December, a lot of people have been getting a lift in views since December. If you've been getting a lift in views and subscribers since December, type in yes right now. I'm curious who's seeing this lift. I know not everybody's getting it, but I know a lot of people that I know are getting a significant lift, and it started towards the end of December, and it's still going. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of people getting it too. There you go. Yeah, so this is happening across the board right now. So as this is happening, right? So I have all these seeds planted, and as I'm getting this lift, all of a sudden my videos, because this momentum is starting to build up, I'm starting to kind of appear, not for every title, but I'm starting to appear up there next to some of these larger channels, right? So I planted the seeds are starting to grow, the momentum's starting to roll, and I'm starting to get up there, but I had to start down at the bottom and claw my way up to the top. So if you're starting out, you just uploaded your first video, man, you've got a lot of videos to make. Just think about, you got to go out there and you got to plant those seeds one after the other, and you got to work on building momentum. You got to start building the community that's going to build up around your channel. Build your momentum and build your community. You will absolutely succeed. I don't know how long it's going to take, but you will succeed. Planting seeds. That's right. Passive Income University. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Every video that's going out, you can look at it two ways. I used to look at it like you're fishing, right? Like every video that goes out with a different title, I used to think, okay, it's like fishing. You have a different bait on a hook. The goal is to find viewers who like your bait, to bring them in. You kind of catch them in. Then I thought, you know what? I'm not really trying to catch people. That's not really good. So now I've kind of changed it and thought about it. It's more like planting, right? You're planting seeds. So that kind of works better. I had a little shift to change on that one. Yeah, so there's a lot of people who are also seeing the lift right now. Yeah, that's great. Man, that's awesome. BLT Gamer says, D, make the intro a t-shirt. I'm not sure what you're talking about. The intro of my channel into a t-shirt? Not sure what you're talking about. Walter Zero says, you got most of your lift in January. Hey, PhotoFin, how's it going? Nice to see you in here. You're still cleaning. Clean up, PhotoFin. Keep that stuff clean. Simply Maytay, how are you doing? Just got a lift in mid-January. Hey, Launchpad Astronomy, how are you doing? Yeah, yes, I'm seeing a huge bump. Yeah, so some people are not seeing a lift. Some people are seeing a decent lift, and some people are seeing an enormous lift right now. So if you are getting a lift, right now is the time to like really focus in and upload. Don't skip uploads. Like the fact that I was down for a week and I missed uploads because of my back, that absolutely devastated me, because if you go in and you look at my views, I'm like getting this enormous lift across my channel, and then I didn't upload and I didn't live stream. So I missed 3 uploads, and you see this lift and it's like, and then it drops down, and just now it's starting to pick back up again. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are seeing that lift too. If you're not seeing it, just keep uploading videos. It'll happen. It will happen. All right, I'm going to jump back into the form. Hey, Bryce, you're so close to 200 subscribers, dude. That's awesome. Keep grinding it out, brother. All right, next question is, let's see. Nope, I can't answer that one. That's pretty crude. Okay, this one comes from MMA Pixels. It says, I just locked in a supplement sponsor. Ooh, that's fantastic. What would be a good number of a good number of subs? Okay, the question is, what would be a good number of subscribers to get a return on investment on a giveaway? So I'm guessing you're going to give away supplements. I'm guessing. Here's the thing with giveaways. Giveaways can definitely drive people to your channel, right? It can drive a lot of people to your channel. What you risk, and those of you who have done giveaways and it's backfired, you know exactly what I'm going to say here. For some people, it works out. For some people, you can drive a huge amount of people in because they want whatever it is you're giving away. But when the giveaway is over, what happens for a lot of giveaways is people start to leave. They start to bounce, right? They're out of there. So if you brought them in for just a giveaway, just be warned that it could work in your favor, but it could also backfire. Nick and I know someone who did a giveaway months ago, like 6 months ago probably, and they're still losing subscribers. They had a huge subscriber boost, and to this day, if you look at their social blade, almost every day is in the red. They're still losing subscribers. So yeah, it happens. In terms of return on investment, I don't think subscriber number is going to be where it's at for that. They're going to be looking for views. So there's that. One second here. Passive Income University says, would it make sense for in the future to have a few videos already made, so if life gets in the way, you can still upload? Yeah, and usually I do. Usually I have some videos in the can in case something gets in the way. For example, right now, Nick is a month ahead which is amazing. Usually I'll have 1 or 2 in the can, but I haven't had a bad experience yet until this just happened. And this was a real eye-opener for me that I need to get several weeks worth of content up and just sitting there. So if something bad happens again, I hope that it doesn't, then I can continue to upload. The hard thing for me on that is because I'm doing mobile content. Some of it's evergreen. So I have to focus on things that I know is going to be relevant in several months' time, unless I figure out some sort of a rotation thing. Yeah, anyway, I'm working on that. But yes, you're absolutely correct. 30-day review says, what do you think about a giveaway a month? I know a channel that does this. I know a channel that does a giveaway almost 2 times a week for months. It's going to be interesting if he stops doing that. Yeah, look, I'm personally not into giveaways. It doesn't mean I'll never do one. I might experiment with one, but people that I know who have done them have had some really bad experiences. This is one of those things that you're going to have to try it and see how it works with your audience. See, you know, just be prepared. Like, it might work out great. You might get a bunch of people in and they might subscribe and they might stay a part of your community, or it could go the other way and they might bounce. For those of you who have actually done a successful giveaway on your channel, type in yes right now. If you've done something successful, a successful giveaway, type in yes. And if it backfired on you, type in no. I'm curious to see what the balance is here. Okay, yeah. So we got some yeses right out of the gate. Yeah, I don't want to sound too negative on that because, you know, I believe that anything is possible, right? I just want you to be prepared that it can go the other way. Crazy Pop, yeah, they say no. Flash Your Pan says yes. Old Cool Kid says no, right? That balance is there. It can go either way. But in terms of the sponsor that you're bringing in, they're obviously going to want the most views possible. So what I would do is I would really ramp up. I would start talking about it in the videos. I don't know when your giveaway is going to happen, but I would start ramping that up way in advance. Start mentioning it in all your videos. Put it in your description. Start talking about it on Twitter. Talk about it on Instagram. Wherever it is that you're posting, start talking about that. And it's going to start driving people in there now if they're interested in what you're going to give away. Okay, so we've got some yeses, we've got some nos. All right, so mixed. Not a lot of people are doing giveaways. Hey, Daisy Noib, how's it going? Like, for example, can you imagine if I said, hey, I'm going to give away a phone, right? I guarantee you half of the people that came for the phone are going to dip once the phone is given away. Once they realize, oh, I'm not winning a phone, they're probably going to leave. So moving on to the next question. And no, I'm not going to give away a phone. Not going to happen. Let's move on to the next question here. Okay. Patman27 News. How do I make my channel good? And what type of content are you making? You're making news and other. Okay. In order to make your channel good, by good, I'm guessing you want views and you want subscribers. You want to build community. So focus on, above all else, focus on how you can provide value to people who are going to come to your channel. What can you do for these people? Can you entertain them? Can you help them solve problems? Can you help fix things? Can you teach them how to do things? If you're reporting the news, yeah, I would say that's adding value, but just make sure how you report the news is something that they can say, okay, this person's giving me something and I want to be part of what he's giving me. I like the way this person gives me information. Right? So focus on value. I can't stress that enough. Value above all. And then the other thing you want to do is do things that engage the people who are coming to watch your videos. Try to build a community around the news and the other things that you're talking about. Do not let a day go by where you're not replying to them in your comments. Engage with people in Twitter. Come up with reasons for people to communicate with you. Ask them questions. You know, one of the things that I talk about that I've mentioned several times in the past is pinning a comment, pinning a top comment by you can ask them a question or you can pin a link out to the next video. Curious, who pins their own comment and either asks a question or links out to the next video? If you pin your own comment, type in yes right now. I'm curious. I know a lot of you are doing that because a lot of the channels that I pulled up in the past, you're pinning that, which is awesome. Yep, here they come, here they come. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, Yeah, so all the people who are pinning the comment. So here's things you can do in that pinned comment area. You can ask a question, which will then drive more engagement in the community in terms of people answering that question in the comments. You can link out to another video, another relevant video. Watch this video next. Tell them what the title is. Link out to another video. You can put the subscriber link so they can link to your channel. You can put an affiliate link there. You can use that for a lot of different purposes. But in terms of building community, it really helps because you've got like, I think it's 2 or 3 lines there. Ask a question in one line, then you can recommend another relevant video in another line. But the more you can get people commenting, the more you can communicate with the people who are watching your videos over time. That's going to build a community. So if you're providing value, you're building a community. That's how you're going to have a good channel. Robin Hood Warrior, you are not pinning your questions. Okay, so those of you who are not pinning your comment, do you know what I'm talking about? Were you around when we were talking about pinned comments? Do you know how to do that? If not, I can probably walk through one real quick if you guys don't know how to do that. Who knows how to do it on their phone? I can show you how to do it on their phone. Lily Tree, off to pin a comment right now. John Gaming MSD, are you going to do a channel review? I'm probably not going to do any more channel reviews unless there's a reason to pull it up for an example or something like that. I've been streaming for 2 hours. My back's getting a little stiff here. Okay, so you guys all know how to pin your comments. Pinning a question works. Jay-Z helps. Hey, nice to see you in here, Jay-Z. Really increase your comments. Yeah. Okay, so you guys know how to do it, so I won't waste your time. But I will make a video about it, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll make a video showing you how to do that on your phone. So in case somebody's watching this and they don't know how to do it, because I know the replay is going to go up. If you don't know how to do this, I'll make a video about it. Tube Techie, thank you. Hope your back feels better soon. Hey, thank you so much. I hope my back feels better soon, too. Jay-Z Help says 60% of my audience is mobile, I think. Yeah, absolutely, right? Like mobile is exploding and it's only going to get bigger in the future. That's why it's important to make sure your channel is mobile optimized. You want to make sure the fonts on your thumbnails, you want to make sure that you can read them on a mobile device. You want to make sure there's clarity in your channel banner and your channel header. You're not sure. 60%, yeah. I think, well, I teach people how to do things on their phone, so I'm like high 80s. But for normal, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if most people are probably between like 40 and 60%, and it's probably on the rise. Ratty Star, 75% of their viewers come from mobile, right? 75%, that's huge. I mean, I teach people how to do stuff on their phone, and I'm only 80-something%. Ratty Star, 75%. Tube Techie says, I wish chat on mobile optimized was hard to tag. Oh, yeah. In the chat, that can be a pain. I hope that they fix that in the future. All right, I'm going to answer some more questions here into the form. Moving right along. Let's see here. So this one comes from Friendominator. Says, I can't exactly get used to image editors. I've tried different ones, and I can only use Pixel Lab. Okay, well, Pixel Lab is a fantastic image editor. It's actually one of the best ones for Android. If you are getting your head around Pixel Lab, if that's making sense to you, then just keep running with Pixel Lab, because once you figure out Pixel Lab, you're going to be able to do just about anything on it in terms of making your thumbnails and that sort of thing. Like, if it makes sense to you, then I wouldn't recommend trying to learn another app, because Pixel Lab is very, very powerful. For those of you making your thumbnails on a phone, what app are you using? Are you using PixArt? Are you using Snapseed, Pixel Lab? Go ahead and let me know in the chat right now what you're actually using. Or if you're on a desktop, let me know what you're using to make your thumbnails with. Matt All says, I'm using PixArt and Snapseed and Canva. 3 of them. Do you have like a little workflow going on there, Matt? Tube Techie, Canva on phone. Okay. PixArt and Snap, Photoshop. Yeah, PixArt. Yeah, PixArt's fantastic. So if you're on Pixel Lab, you probably don't need to learn PixArt too, because I think both of them kind of do the same thing. One might have a couple other features, but to me, I think Pixel Lab and PixArt are pretty much the same thing, but they don't have Pixel Lab on iOS anymore. Oh yeah, that's a good mix. But yeah, Pixel Lab, PixArt, Canva. There's a lot of Canva in here, a lot of Snapseed. Yeah, so for me, it's going to be PixArt, it's going to be Snapseed, I probably use those the most. I also use lens distortion. Lens distortion is great for putting like a little light hit or something on there. Fantastic. It's free. And Lightroom CC for mobile is great for trying to get a look, for dialing in a certain kind of look. All right, moving on to the next question. I'm going to answer a couple more of these. Okay, Prodify Cycling. This is a good question. Can you share with others here if adding a location to your video matters? Like in the location category, selecting California, for example, when uploading a video. I've done this once, but not sure if it makes a difference. From what I know in terms of where it really makes a difference is if you have a local business. So let's say I'm going to use a friend of ours, Jason's. He has a woodworking company, right? He has a woodworking shop. If he's making videos, and he's making videos to try to pull customers into his shop. So in that situation, it makes sense for him to actually tag his location, because then people who were in that area as they're searching, that's how they're going to help. That's going to help them find him, because it's going to help. It's going to say, okay, well, these people are in this area. They're going to serve that video out to people in that area because they're tagged as that location. If you don't care, like if you don't have a shop, you're cycling. If you have a bike shop and you're wanting to get people to come in from YouTube to your bike shop, then you absolutely should have a location in your videos. Hope that helps. Glue Guns N' Roses says, can someone with an iPhone look and see if my new channel art wording is cut off? Glue Guns N' Roses, because you are my favorite name on the entire platform, I'm actually going to pull you up right now on an iPhone. So give me just a second, Glue Guns N' Roses. Let's get you pulled up. Glue Guns N' Roses. Man, I love that name. All right, let's see what your new channel art looks like on an iPhone. Glue Guns N' Roses. You got the roses added. I like it. Do-it-yourself decor. Yeah, I mean, it fits. I mean, I wouldn't even bother changing it. The D is getting a little cut off by your profile picture. Probably not enough worth changing. But I think it fits. I think it totally works. Hey, Jay-Z Helps. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. So Glue Guns N' Roses, I hope this answers your question. This is what it looks like on an iPhone XS. All right, I got some more questions here. T-Stamp says, thanks, that makes sense. Ghost Dog says, I dropped a super chat a while back. I was wondering if you could check it out, please. My apologies, Ghost Dog. Let me go back and see. I didn't see it come in here. Let me find the super chats. See what question you asked here. Give me just a second, okay. Passive Income University. Jar Jar Binks is Ray's father. Sorry, D. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Ghost Dog says, was on about a month and a half ago. I've made some changes to the banner and thumbnails. Can I get a re-review? Absolutely, you can. And this is actually going to be my last channel that I'm going to pull up. And wow, I missed some super chats. My apologies. Let me go through and answer some of the questions here. Give me just a second here. So I answered Eric. New level flash in your pan. Patty. Okay, Patty says... Studio Dog, I'll get you pulled up in a second. I'm going to answer some questions first. Patty says, could you cover their top 3 things on TubeBuddy that you always use? Things we should not overlook. Top 3 things I use for TubeBuddy. First and foremost, I help them craft the titles. Like I start in YouTube, you know, I go to the search bar and I type in whatever that might get ideas, you know, how to do this or iPhone this, Android that. The drop downs happen, and then I start taking those searches and I put them into TubeBuddy, and then TubeBuddy starts to rate and says, hey, this is good, this is not good. So that's the first thing that I use. The second major thing that I use is A/B testing. You do have to have Legend for that. This is how I get a really good CTR with my thumbnails, because basically the way it works is I take 2 thumbnails, I load them into the system, and every other day it loads the other thumbnail. And at the end of the report, which usually takes about 2 weeks, it will tell you which one receives the most clicks, which one gave you the most watch time, and so on and so forth. Then you can choose our views more, and it'll also tell you which one brought in more subscribers, right? Which one brought more subscribers, which one brought more watch time, which one brought more clicks. Then you have to decide, do I want more subscribers? Do I want more views? Do I want more watch time, right? That's where things can get tricky. So that's the second thing that I use. And the third thing that I use a lot is inside the mobile app, besides just checking my data, is the canned responses. As I mentioned earlier, because I do a lot of tutorial type stuff, a lot of this is how you do this on an app, I get asked the same questions hundreds of times. If you've seen some of my comments on my videos, I'll have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments on some of my older videos. Some of them have well over 1,000 comments, and a lot of the questions are the same thing. So for particular questions, I use a canned response so where I don't have to type it out every single time. And I also put links in there as well. So if I want to share an additional video, especially if it's an updated video, let's say I make a video how to do something, then something's changed. So when somebody asks a question, it's like, hey, this isn't working anymore, I can say, oh, I've made an updated video. Watch this. And I already have the link made inside of the pre-canned comment. And then I would say those are my 3 top features that I use for TubeBuddy. Moving right along here. Oh, motivation theory. I think he was talking about the collab thing. He says you have to make connections and relationships. Absolutely. Monique Galavaz, I do apologize for missing this question early on, says, is there a good ASMR microphone for mobile phones? Ooh, that is a great question. Here's how I'm going to answer that. You can hook up most microphones to your phone if they're a 3/4 jack, a 3.5 millimeter jack, or an XLR. So if you have an iRig, if you're on an iPhone, you can use the iRig and hook up an XLR microphone. For example, if you've got like a Blue Yeti and it's XLR, you can hook that up using the iRig. If you don't want to use that and you want to use like just like a standard lapel mic or like the Shure, what is it? The Leron, what's the name of the new Shure that just came out? The is it the SV88 Plus? I think that's the name of it. I know it's like the SV88 Plus, I think it is. But I haven't tested any of these out for ASMR for a phone, but in terms of connectivity, with the right adapters, you can hook up just about anything to your phone. Just for ASMR though, man, I haven't tested that stuff out. But I know most people doing ASMR, they're using XLR microphones or they're using USB style microphones. As far as I know, I haven't come across any channels. I like ASMR. I watch a lot of ASMR channels. As far as I know, nobody's doing it on their phone. But if you come up, you know, okay, there it is, the SV88. There it is, SV or MV88 Plus. There it is. So if you have something like that, like the MV88 Plus, like that's got a nice head on it. So if you're doing like microphone scratching or brushing or that sort of thing, that might come in handy. But I haven't tested that out. But in terms of getting it connected correctly, there's a thing called a TRS cable and a TRRS cable, or the connectors. Basically, if it has 2 black bands on it or 3 metal bands, that's going to be for connecting into your laptop or into your DSLR camera. If it has 3 black bands or 4 metal on there, that's going to connect into your phone. And there's adapters that you can use to go back and forth on that. And actually, I think 2 videos ago, I made a video showing you how to do that on your phone. But I've never tested those for ASMR. It's a great question. Moving right along here. Ghost Dog. All right, Ghost Dog, we're going to get you pulled up. 1 second here, Ghost Dog. You changed your banner and your thumbnails. Let's get you pulled up, Ghost Dog. Ghost Dog 54. It'd help if I spelled it correctly, not Ghost Sog. Hold on, Ghost Dog 54. Ghost Dog 54. Where are you at, man? There you are. All right, let's get you pulled up. Channel banner and thumbnails. Boom. Okay, Ghost Dog Gaming. Okay, Ghost Dog Gaming. In terms of clarity, what I would do is I would shrink that text down just a little bit, and I would put one tagline underneath there and mention the games that you're playing, because there's a ton of different games out there. And if you're specifically playing a certain game or certain games, I would just talk about what games you're playing, right? Other than that, yeah, channel banner is fine. In terms of your thumbnail, who gets the gem? 5-star. Weekly crystal opening. I like your thumbnails. One thing that I would do, not necessary, but I would recommend, if you came to me and said, hey, will you redesign my channel? I would come up with some sort of a look. So all of your thumbnails have some sort of a repetitive pattern on them, or some sort of a logo, or some sort of a look. So when people see your thumbnail, especially because you're gaming, I mean, think about how many gaming, oh my God, I don't even know how many gaming videos are out there, but there's a bunch. And once people get to learn your content, you also want them to learn your thumbnails. So if you can have a logo or a certain font that's the same way, or a certain background or a certain border, something that identifies every single thumbnail as uniquely yours, that's going to help people get to know your thumbnail. Say, oh yeah, I've seen his videos. I recognize that thumbnail. I'm gonna tap on that. So that's what I recommend for you. I mean, I think they look good. Just come up with a way to kind of pull it all together, right? Like get your branding together in terms of how everything looks. You want your channel banner and you want your thumbnails to kind of tie in together, a certain style. And then you want your thumbnails to have something on them. It could be a little sliver of color somewhere that's exactly in the same spot every single time. Just helps with the clarity of the channel. Steve Ho. Oh, so Steve, how's it going? Voyager's Revenge, how's it going? Voyager's Revenge says, Ghost Dog, make the font smaller but not too small. Yeah, that's the thing, is like choosing the right font size can be tricky, because if it goes too small, you're not going to be able to read it on a phone. If it's too big, it's going to take focus away from what's going on in the channel. So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're doing gaming, let's see the crystal here, for example, weekly crystal openings. You might want to make those crystals a little bit bigger, right? Like I don't know what you're actually making these on, but you might want to make those crystals larger, make it larger, and maybe cut it out and kind of have it hanging on top of the text a little bit to create a little bit of a 3D look. You could do that in PixArt or Pixel Lab or Photoshop or Photopea. But yeah, I agree with Venger's Revenge. I mean, it's a fine line between having too big and too small. Just think about what the focus is, and this applies to everybody's thumbnail. What's the focus on the thumbnail? What do you want them to focus on? And whatever that is, whatever you think that focus should be, that should be the thing that gets their attention first. Moving right along here. Okay, I think I've got all the super chats. If I didn't, speak up now. I think I got everybody. Hey, Faux Pas Art, how's it going? I hope you are recovering well from your surgery. And I finally got to see the picture that you sent me. I just forgot to reply. Dude, that was like, that's a heinous picture, man. I hope you're recovering from that. Mike Phillips, how's it going, man? I want them to focus on my beard. I need it to be 3D. That's right, man. You need to focus that on the beard. Hey, GYSY, hope you were doing well. Okay, Ghost Dog 54. So you're using PixArt. So PixArt has a cutout tool. So like you could grab one of those, what do you call them? The crystals. I'm not a gamer. You could grab one of those crystals and you could cut that out, right? And you could put that on top of your text and put like a little drop shadow behind it to kind of make it look like it's popping out a little bit. Again, if you've never done this before, this is going to be like brain surgery. The first time you do it, you're going to this is such a pain. But once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. Doing that, so, you know, cutting things out on your phone and adding drop shadows and stuff can be a little bit of a pain, especially if it doesn't already have a drop shadow feature. What you can do is just add an additional layer and just go in with like a black brush and just kind of like paint it in a little bit and kind of knock the opacity down, just lightly paint it in to create a shadow. The Klarman Gaming says how to put a webcam in a gaming, how to put a webcam in a gaming video on Film and Go. I've never, I don't know Film and Go. Film and Go? Yeah, I'm not sure. RPM Nexus, how's it going? You're still going. Yeah, not for too much longer though. Hey, Marlowe's Makeup Corner. Hope you were doing well. All right, I'm going to jump into the chat here. I'm going to answer some questions in the chat, and then I'm going to answer a couple more from the forum. I see my name getting mentioned here a lot, so I want to make sure I get you guys. Oh, Nick, you still got 18,412. We were talking about the lift that everyone is getting right now, right? Nick is actually getting a huge lift right now. I love it. Nick, I thought you were coming in. I thought you were going to stop by today. All right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I've answered actually a lot of I've answered most of these. Hey, Video Call-In Show. How are you doing? I'm going to go back to the forum, answer a couple more of these. And in terms of like super chatting for channel reviews, that's going to be the end of that. I'm not going to pull up any more channels for super chats. I'm not going to keep this going too much longer. Okay, this is good. So Eric Waits Whiskey Studies says, Are there do's and don'ts or tips to doing Premiere videos well? That's a fantastic question. And if you've noticed, I don't do Premiere videos on my channel. I don't do them because I personally don't like them. I don't go to people's premieres to watch them, so I don't do them. That being said, some people are actually very successful with them. So if you are doing well with premieres, YouTube premieres, can you type in anything that you're doing in the chat right now that can make it a better experience? Because I have zero experience with premieres because I personally don't like them. TubeBuddy is in the house. What is going on? Yeah, exactly. And this is another reason I don't like premieres, or I didn't like them when they first came out. Very valid point. If every premiere is a premiere, then no videos are premiere, right? I know when the premiere feature was first turned on, like I would just scroll through and it was like premiere, 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 premiere. And that just kind of like took away the importance of a premiere. I personally think that your YouTube should say, okay, here's the deal. You get one premiere per month or 2 premieres per month, make them count. Excuse me. But the fact that they're letting like every single video turn into a premiere, I just think that takes away from it. That's why I personally don't like it. TubeBuddy says, we've noticed videos we've premiered tanked past the premiere. Yeah, that's interesting. I need to take a drink here. Dr. Sten says, Evan Carmichael was doing experiments on premieres and not sure of the results. Yeah, I know a lot of people were doing experiments with them. Like I think video influencers, I think they're still doing premieres. So some people are successful with them. I don't know what to tell you on that other than I personally don't like them. So I don't want to tell you how to do something if I don't actually have personal experience on it. But I mean, TubeBuddy's in here. They've got experience on it. I know Paul Peck Drywall. I don't think he's in here anymore, but he says that he's had a great experience with premieres. But yeah, it's just not my thing. I don't go to them. I'm not interested. Moving on to the next question. But yeah, you know, I think it'd be much better. You know, like YouTube says, hey, here's 1 or here's 2 for the month. Just give it 1. Here's 1 premiere for the month. Make it count. Because then what would happen is if you knew that when your favorite creator did a premiere, you would know that this is going to be a special video. This is something they've worked really hard on, or it's an important video, or they really need to get this message out. It's important instead of just giving it to everybody. Okay, the Claremont Gaming says, I mean Filmora Go. No, I don't know how to do that in Filmora Go. I know in KineMaster you can do picture-in-picture, and I know in Power Director you can do picture-in-picture. LumaFusion, you can do picture-in-picture. I've never tried to do picture-in-picture inside of Filmora Go, but it's a great app, so I have to think that they do it. I'm going to make some videos on Filmora Go. I just haven't gotten around with it yet. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Flyride, how's it going, man? Okay, so Flyride says, I do it when I have time, but it's more of a bootleg live stream experience. Such a short amount of time to connect with the community. Okay, Flyride, so would you say it's successful for you? Doing the premieres? It does. It kind of feels like a bootleg live stream. I agree with that. Okay, Mia David Rodriguez. Let me go back up and see 30-day reviews. There's a lot of stuff going on here in the chat. Let me go back here. Okay, I see his question to TubeBuddy. Hold on here. 30-day reviews. I don't see the question. If you can ask that question again, 30-day reviews. Because I don't see... Oh, there you go. He says, I just wanted to let you know I put a question in the forum and some of us wanted to know what you have to say about it as well. Okay, I'm going through the questions. I'm going to do my best to get through all of them. They have piled up. I'm not going to get the, surprise. I'm not going to get through all of them, but I'm going to do my best to get through a few more. Patman27 News says, how do I get more subscribers? You get more subscribers the same way you get more views. You have to think about how you can provide value for people who are going to come to watch your videos. Make content that people want to see and provide the most value possible for them. If you're solving problems, if you're entertaining people, if you're helping people in any way, you're providing value. So the other thing you need to do is make sure they can find you. Make sure you meet them on the platform by creating titles and getting your SEO together so they can actually find you. And then, like I mentioned before, for your other question, work on building a community, because if you're building a community, they will subscribe to you. And of course, ask them, but tell them why they should subscribe. A lot of mistake that people have is they say, hey, just subscribe to my channel. They don't tell them why. Some people are going to subscribe anyway, but some people might not subscribe, right? But if you tell them why they should subscribe, tell them the value they're going to get when they subscribe to your channel, tell them what to expect when they come to your channel, that's going to give them a reason to subscribe. Value first. I think I can't stress that enough. Value, 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 value. Who agrees with that? If you agree, value should come first above all else. Type in yes right now in the chat. Let's... I'm hoping right now that everybody says yes. Hey, self-publishing with Dale, I know you're going to say yes. Yeah, value first. There you go. There you go. Value first. Yeah. There it goes. Always value first. There you go. All right. Moving along to the next question. What was this? What is this? Okay, I don't do sub for sub. Okay, congratulations. Yeah, you shouldn't do sub for sub. That's bad. All right, yeah, I'm not going to pull up any more channels. Moving on to the next question. Okay, this one comes from Vapor Speed, who says, should I make thumbnails for my live stream? You should absolutely make thumbnails for your live stream. If you are making thumbnails for your live stream, for example, I use the same image for all of my live streams, right? Same picture. It's me holding a phone, something like this, but I make sure to put a date on the thumbnail. I see a lot of people using the same picture for their thumbnail or for their thumbnail for the live streams, which is fine, but they don't put a date on it. And what happens is, let's say I've watched one of your live streams. Let's say I love your channel, but I've watched one of your live streams. And then YouTube suggests another live stream from you, or I'm just scrolling through your channel and I see another video and the thumbnail is exactly the same, the title is exactly the same, and there's no date on the thumbnail. I might think that I've already watched this live stream, the replay, and I might not click on it because I think I've already seen it. So at the very least, put a date on the thumbnail. But it also helps if, like, okay, the reason I'm using the thumbnail that I do for my live streams is because I used this exact thumbnail for a video and it had a very high CTR, very high click-through rate. So I'm like, okay, this thumbnail works really well, so I'm going to use this on my live stream thumbnail, because if YouTube suggests this out, because sometimes you go live and YouTube's like, hey, here, let's just push this out and see who's going to respond to it. I want a high-performing thumbnail going out to the platform. Now, sometimes backfires because they're not a mobile content creator, if they're not a YouTuber, they're not into me or whatever, they might not like my live stream and they might bounce, but I still want the thumbnail to perform. So if you are going to make your own thumbnail, which you should, go back through all of your thumbnails, find a high performing thumbnail that you can tweak to turn it into your live thumbnail. TubeBuddy says, we don't place dates because we have so many different streamers on topic. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. If you're continually changing topics and you have different streamers coming in, then yeah, you don't have to put a date. Yeah, you've got the Owen Video, one of the most gorgeous guys on the platform, right? You got him on there. You got Nick. You got Brian G. Johnson. You got Shelly Saves the Day. You got Dusty Porter. You got all these different creators on there. Yeah, so they know. And it's topic-based. I love it. Handsome Owen. Hey, Josephine, you're back. Welcome back. All right, moving on to the next question. Oh, and I just clicked something by accident. If I go offline, I apologize. I just clicked. Nope, I think we're good. Nope, here we go. Hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. The joys of going live. Next question is from Logotech again. He says, I want to do tech. Okay, here we go. I want to do tech gear reviews in PC, but I don't have enough money to start with expensive products. How can I get free and discounted stuff? Because I'm a teenager and I don't have so much money. Look around your room, look at the tech gear that you do have and do reviews on that. Start with what you have. If you don't have money and your channel's small, by all means, you can reach out to the brands. They might say yes, they might say no. I know there was somebody on Reddit recently. Nick actually shared it with me, and they have, I think, 100 subscribers or under 100 subscribers. They reached out to a company and they ended up getting they got product. So it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to reach out to the brands But look around your room. If you've got a camera, if you've got a phone, just make a review on what you have first and foremost. And then you're going to have to start saving up money and start buying these things. I know there's some tech people in here. I know Leron is in here. I know RPM Nexus is in here. If there's anybody else in the tech space right here, if you want to give him some advice on starting out, because everybody starts in the same spot, but they're probably going to tell you to start with what you have if you don't have money to actually get your own gear. Motivation theory. I actually like that. He says, go into Best Buy and do your B-roll. Right? I bet there's a lot of people going in Best Buy, right? Putting the camera 120 frames per second, just doing quick little walk-bys on the shelf. I love it. All right, moving on to the next question. Next question is, oh, I like this one. This one comes from Daniel Battelle, who's got the best hair on YouTube. He says, how did you get to be so gosh darned handsome? That's a question for my mama. And yeah, I don't know, Mom, if you're watching this, how did I get to be? Daniel wants to know, why did you adopt Nick? That's the question here. That's the real question. Oh, this is a great question, actually. Brent TV says, why do you always wear hats? This is a good one. So there's a lot of people in here, and I know this is a kind of a mixed review. Who thinks Nick and I look alike? I know you all follow Nick too. Who thinks Nick and I look alike? Type in yes right now if you think we look alike. I don't see it, and a lot of people don't see it, but a lot of people think we look alike. I get comments on a regular basis, daily. I get daily comments where people say, hey, Nick, and they write it out. Or sometimes they say, oh, I thought you were Nick. They didn't know. So you can see right here, mixed reviews, right? Similar. I do. Yes, but not that alike. Right? So for some people, they see it. Some people, they don't see it. I don't see it at all. Like not even remotely close. Right? So I wear hats because Nick doesn't. The day Nick starts wearing hats is the day my hat's coming off. So that's how you can tell us apart. My videos will always have a hat or a beanie or something like that. He doesn't wear any of that stuff. We both got glasses. We both have various beards. Sometimes I grow mine out more. So like, right? Glasses, beard, brothers. If you think we look alike, the only difference that we're going to have is like the hats. So I'm always going to have something on my head, but I might throw you for a loop. I've actually been considering throwing you guys for a loop and like doing one without a hat. I might do that someday just for fun. Hey, the Mitten Dad, how's it going? Yeah, so a lot of you think we look the same, right? But I can tell you this, without the glasses, without the beard, and without the hat, I don't think you would think that. It just glasses, beard. Josephine says, can you wear an afro wig on the stream? Yeah, send me the afro wig. Why not? All right, next question. Next question. Let's see what is going on here. Next question is, what do you think of my thumbnails and intro? Okay, so I'm not going to do any more channel reviews today, but if you want to come in and if you want to come in early next week, I'll be more than happy to pull them up because I'm still kind of hurting with my back, so I'm going to wrap this up here soon, so I don't want to get into any more channel reviews. If you want your channel pulled up, come in early next week, and I'll be pulling them up earlier on, and I would love to give you an honest review then. Moving on to the next question. Hold on here. Next question is Rash Hood Entertainment. Again, how to get more views and subscribers. Provide value, right? Provide value. Make sure your titles and SEO are on point because you want to make sure you can meet your viewers on the platform. You got to make sure they can find you. If your titles are bad, if your SEO is not there, they're not going to be able to find you. So you got to make sure you have that stuff together. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. Brian G. Johnson is a fantastic source to learn about how to craft titles. And in terms of, you know, getting more views too, you also have to lean on your thumbnails. You got to make sure your thumbnails are on point. If somebody finds you because of SEO, congratulations, you got them that far. But you got to make sure that they actually click on your video because they're going to get a bunch of results. A bunch of thumbnails are going to show up. You want to make sure your thumbnail catches their eye, stops them in their tracks, and they tap or they click on that. And then once the video starts, it's a good idea to kind of place a couple of spots in there. You could do images or you could do vocal calls to action where you actually ask them to subscribe, but give them a reason to subscribe before you do that first. Tell them what value they're going to get. Tell them what they're going to receive. Tell them what they can expect if they subscribe. For example, one of the things, and I change mine up. I'm trying to find one way that works better than the other. But I might say things like, if you want to learn how to make content on your phone or be a mobile YouTuber, be sure to hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos, right? I'm qualifying them as if you're a mobile content creator, check, or if you're a mobile YouTuber, check. I got you covered, right? That's basically what I'm telling them. So that's currently what I've been using. And it's been working well. You'll know how well something works on my channel. Like if you see something just happen like once or twice, it's because it probably didn't work so well. If I keep doing something over and over, and the same thing probably applies to everyone. If somebody keeps doing something over and over, it's probably because it's working. You know, people might leave comments that says, hey, and I know Nick gets this as well. They'll say, hey, why do you put the same stupid picture on your thumbnail? Like, hey, I'm tired of seeing this picture. You've used this picture so many times. I use the picture because it works, because this picture gets clicks, it gets taps. If it's not broke, don't fix it. All right, I'm going to jump into the chat right here because there's a lot of activity. Mike Phillips says, M&M's for you 2D. Hashtag not sponsored. That's right. Hey, thank you so much, Mike. Much appreciated. All right. Andrew Can is in the house. Nice of you to come in here, Andrew. Hope you're doing well. TubeBuddy says, everyone asks if we're Andrew, but does anyone ask if we're the other TubeBuddy staff? They're just trying to hurt your feelings, TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy's got an amazing staff. They got a whole crew over there. It could be Andrew. Could be one of the foosball playing brothers over there. You never know. All right, what other questions do we have going on here? See, Noble Addiction, thank you so much. Ooh, and that just blew past. Let me find you again. Did you notice the 2 new changes on YouTube? They got rid of auto shares on upload, and gamers now have a join button on the main YouTube hub. No, I did not notice that. I'm not into watching games, so I didn't notice that for the gamer side, but I am going to actually look into that and see. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't notice that. I do notice weird things, and I'm sure a lot of you get that too. Like, I know YouTube's, they're constantly testing stuff. So like one day, like I'll, and I'm sure a lot of you have this too, I'll open up YouTube and I'll scroll and like my interface will be different. My interface will be different for like an entire day, and then I'll go back the next day and it'll be gone. Like something will change. They'll rearrange something on the page. That happens a lot. And I don't know, Andrew or TubeBuddy might be able to chime in on this one. Because we're in a different country, we're in Thailand. I wonder if YouTube tries different interfaces based on the country. Like, do they find certain cultures, for example, respond to things laid out a certain way? I don't know if they do or not. If they're smart, which they probably are, they would do that. Yeah, Andrew says YouTube is constantly changing. Yeah. So you get changes differently. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Beanie doesn't get it. All right. So I'm going to answer a couple more because Beanie's Australian. That's right. Oh, wow. So my Stream Deck just completely died. That's weird. How weird is this? Give me 1 second here. YouTube. All right. I'm going to go answer a couple more questions. Moving right along in the form. Okay, Ghost Dog. Already got that one. Next one comes in from, Jay-Z Helps. Says, how do we connect OBS Streamlabs to our mobile phone to live stream? I shoot my videos with my iPhone X. Do we need a laptop or a desktop? Okay, so if you want to, are you talking about how last week I did the NDI streaming? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 answers here because I'm not sure which one you want. So there's 2 things you can do here. If you're using a desktop to stream or a desktop to do a live stream, you're using Streamlabs or OBS, you can use the NDI plugin. And what the NDI plugin does, and let me see if I can fire this up really quick. The NDI plugin, and I use NewTek NDI on my phone. So just 2 things. There's the NDI plugin inside of Streamlabs or OBS, and then there is the NDI NewTek app that goes into your phone. And the way this works is it turns whatever device you have this in into a camera, and it transmits wirelessly. That's what I did last week when I did the studio tour. I activated the NDI plugin and the NDI app in my phone, and it turned it into a webcam. I'm going to tap this into the chat right here. It's new tech. Actually, let me double check this. Hold on here. I want to make sure I type this out correctly because they stream it, or they spell it new tech. Okay. It's new tech NDI. Yeah, new tech NDI. That is the app that I use inside of my iPhone. I'm not sure if they have that for Android or not. And let me, oh man, whoa, sorry about that. Let me show you how this works really quick. Let me do this. So last week, I turned my phone into a webcam, and I'm going to do that again right now just to give you an idea. Let's see, I need to come into the phone. Give me 1 second here. NDI source. Okay, so what I've done is I've activated the NDI plugin right now on my phone, on my iPhone. So when I transition over, now what you see is it's a wireless webcam. Oh, we got my almonds hanging out over here, right? It basically turns it into a wireless webcam. Can you hear me? I don't know if I've got the audio turned on or not. I'm not actually watching the chat right now. Let me see. Audio is pulling from the phone too. Okay, so I might have a, hold on here, go to settings. Okay, so that's how it works. I don't know if you could hear me very well or not, because I may have had you might have had an echo because, so this, you can pick up the microphone from the phone as well. So like if you're going to use this as a main source, you could plug in a microphone like a lapel mic or something like that. So the audio, like last week when I did the studio tour, if I would have planned that out a little bit better, I would have connected a microphone into the phone, used the audio from the phone. So as I walked around the studio, you would have had better audio quality. But what you may have been hearing right now, and I'm not sure because I couldn't monitor that, you may have been hearing the audio from the phone or from the phone and from the mic together, and it may have given you a delay. If so, I apologize for that. Now, if that's not what you're asking, if you're not asking how to do that with your phone, and the question is, how do you actually do the stream? He's like, hold on. What, Hank prepared for a thumbnail? What? Okay, so Mike Phillips says new tech NDI on Android is there. It's $19.99. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is a paid app. It's not a free app. So if it's on iPhone then, and it's on Android, Mike Phillips just confirmed that. If you want to use your phone as a camera source, $20 and you've got it. It totally works. Totally works. And if you put this on a tripod, right? Put this on a tripod. So you say you've got your webcam. Say you got a Logitech or a DSLR over here as your main webcam like I have now. Put your phone on a tripod, turn it on, add it as a source there with your NDI so you can use it as an additional camera. But if you are on iPhone, iOS users, like I talked about before, look into Switcher Studio. Switcher Studio is going to give you a lot more controls inside of iOS between your tablets and your phone. It turns your phones, as many phones as you have, as many tablets as you have that are iOS, it turns them all into camera sources, which is fantastic. If that didn't answer your question, the other thing is just to download the Streamlabs app. I have a video for that on my channel. If you go to my homepage, go to my videos, actually, go to video page, look down. I'm holding it like this, and it says Streamlabs. I give you a basic walkthrough using the Streamlabs app, how to go live on your phone. It's actually pretty easy. All right, moving on to the next question. Man, I just want to turn that back on again and run around the studio. That was so much fun last week. Yeah, so Jay-Z, because you are on an iPhone, I would recommend, if you want to do a lot of live streaming only on your, and you have more than one device, let's say you have 2 iPhones or 3 iPhones or an iPhone and a tablet, you want multiple camera sources, look into Switcher Studio. Fantastic app. All right, next question. Okay, Jay-Z again. Can an iPhone X support 2 wireless microphones or lapel microphones? I want to do videos showing me talking with another person. However, I want to maintain good audio. I currently use the ASDM Pro XD wireless mic and receiver. For wireless, I don't have an answer for that. I've never tried to do that. I'm going to guess that you can. I've just never personally tried to do it. I know that Boya, I think it's called the LM400 by Boya. They make a dual lavalier mic that sounds really good. It's basically two lavalier mics. It's a huge, I think it's a 6 meter cable, really long cable. You could use it as like an escape rope to jump. Like if you're like in a, third floor condo or something, place is on fire, hook the Boya up. You could use the cable to rappel down to go to safety, but it sounds really good. And it's 2 lapel microphones that plug into your phone. It sounds fantastic. As far as wireless, I haven't looked into that yet. Moving on to the next question. 30-day reviews. I haven't come across your question yet. Hold on here. Yeah, man, I wish I knew where you're at. I've got a ton of questions on here. Part of the Nimminati as your name. Congratulations on the 21,000. I'm clicking through these trying to get the 30-day reviews, but I don't see him yet. Hold on here. Yeah, man, I've probably got 40 more on here. Okay, so Joe's Vlogs, I'll hit this one while I'm searching. It says, I have 108 subscribers. Any tips on growing? Let me see if it's, okay, you're a vlogger. Any tips on growing? Vlog more. Become better at telling becoming a storyteller. I mean, here's the thing with vloggers. Like, it's cool to watch people go about their day. That's fantastic. But if you can learn how to tell a story, that changes everything. Like, if you can take your day and put it together in the context of a story, that's going to make you, that's the difference between like an average vlogger and a great vlogger, right? Like a Cody Warner was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still in here or not. He's fantastic at putting these stories together throughout the course of the, through his vlog. He's able to take this, put all the information together. He goes through this entire process of the day and he's able to put it together in a story that keeps you watching. So if you want to grow, I would say become a better storyteller, vlog more. By vlogging more, you're going to, make your skills better. You're going to get better at everything. And this is where it gets difficult with titles, but try to come up with creative titles and make hot thumbnails. You're going to need great looking thumbnails. And I'm sure you're following Cody. If not, go follow Cody Warner, fantastic vlogger. Moving right along. And you just asked that twice. Okay, this is a good one. Wrestling with Kobe says, do you have any tips for batch recording videos? That's actually a great question. So batch recording videos, which I should do more of actually, because if I would have batch recorded videos, I wouldn't have been off for a week and I wouldn't have taken the hit. If you're going to batch record videos, planning is the key to that. Everybody wastes time. You're at the cafe, you're sitting on the toilet, you're laying in bed, you're on the bus, you're in an Uber, whatever it is. Get your content strategy together. Figure out what your next several videos are going to be, right? Or your next month worth of videos, depending on how far you can go out. Plan out your content, right? Get in and figure out what your notes are going to be. I don't script, but I use bullet points. So when I'm going to put a video together, I'll have the title. I research my title. And then I add bullet points. These are the things that I have to talk about in this video. I want to make sure I hit these bullet points. So if you put those together for all of your videos, you have a plan. Then when you go in to actually record, and it helps if you have your own space so your camera's already up, you don't have to move it all the time. Block out however many hours you need, block it out, and just crank through them, go through them. But if you don't have a content strategy, if you don't have these videos planned out, you're not going to be able to do that. Content strategy. Put the plan together. Jason James, yep, strategy is crucial. Hey, needs more subs. How's it going? Make sure I got all these questions here. Yeah, okay, so back to the vlogging. Story is so important. Yeah, Andrew can. He's a filmmaker. He can help you on that. Story is everything. Like if you're vlogging, if you're doing anything where story is there, story is everything. If you're a great storyteller, you're going to be a great vlogger. If you're a not so good storyteller, you're not going to be that good until you actually build those skills. And it's something you have to build, like everything else. You have to build the skills to learn how to make the thumbnails. You have to build the skills to learn how to craft a title. You got to build the skills to learn how to manually control your cameras. You got to build the skills to learn about audio, right? All these are skills, and so is storytelling. Alan Osborne, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so 30-day reviews. I don't see you in here, and I apologize. I'm not going to get to everybody's questions today. I've got about 30 more on here that I'm not going to be able to get to. Next week, I'll try to go through some of these because if we start off a little bit slow, I'll refer back to some of these. 30 days, I'll look for these and see if I can reply to you on Twitter or something like that. But I've got like 30 something more, and I gotta dig through and find them. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I appreciate you guys coming in and hang out with me the entire time. Much love. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hitting this milestone with me live. For those of you who just came in, you don't know what happened. We actually hit a milestone live right here. I'm going to pull this back up. Look at that. We hit the 21,000 subscriber milestone right here on the live stream. I'm going to retap this right here in the TubeBuddy app. Yeah, right there. Look at that. Woo. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated. Thank you to everyone who shared this out. And you know what? I'm going to go one more time here. I'm going to hit just a couple more Twitter thanks. Hold on here. Because you guys have, of course, Nick, thank you for sharing this out. Mike Van Doozy, thank you. Already got this. Who else has shared this out? Hybrid Steel, that didn't share this, but I hit you anyway. Casey Neistat didn't share me out. All right. Professor Nez didn't share me out this time. I thanked you otherwise, but you're probably going to go live tonight too. Who else shared this out? Hold on here. I'm not even looking at the right feed. There you go. Wrong feed. That's why. Hey, Mike Phillips. Oh, check this out. Boom. Look at this. Here's Mike Phillips and his glorious beard. That's a nice little setup. Look at that. Look at that dude back there. Got your light. Look at that. Look for any passwords on the desk. Look around here. No passwords. All right, good. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to retweet this. Thank you, Mike Phillips. Brian Ortiz, thank you so much for the share. Dude, that's a cool little PC setup that you've got there. Much appreciated for the share. Boom, Middle Earth Lore, thank you so much. DM Gaming, thank you. Christian Reddy, thank you for the share. Much appreciated. Man, I hope I got everybody. Yep, so that should be everybody. Thank you guys for sharing this out. Much appreciated. I want to thank TubeBuddy once again for making this all possible, sponsoring this. You guys are so rad. You do so much for the community. Much appreciated. Again, there is a link to TubeBuddy in the description below, right up at the very top. It's a top link. If you don't have this tool yet, you are missing out. Trust me on this. You want to put it in. It is free to install. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Motivation Theory. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Beanie. Thank you, Hybrid. Who else am I missing out on here? I think I got everybody. Yeah, I think that's all the moderators. But yeah, thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody who hung out. Much love. Had a great time. I will see you next Saturday on Nimmin Live. And I will see you next Sunday here on my channel. So thanks, and I will see you then. Have a great week.